It's time to wake up and let the weirdness begin. It's the KVJ Show to start your morning. Kevin is the host, and his skin pigment is whiter than Casper the Ghost. Virginia sounds like this. Nickname Vicious Beast, so don't get her pissed. Jason talks like a spaz, and he loves to talk about Bigfoot and stacks. So get ready, here we go. You're listening to 97.9 with the KVJ Show.
Yeah, baby, here we go. It is the KVJ Show. Good morning, Virginia.
Good morning.
How you feeling today?
Feeling good.
Good, that's nice. At least we got somebody around here who feels decent.
How are you feeling?
I feel fantastic.
Okay, good.
Actually, I'm doing very well. We cannot say the same thing about Jbird. He is not doing well here today.
Oh, no. Where is he?
He is at home. We're not going to be seeing him today.
Oh.
And he is knocked down and dragged out. He is, he was ill last Wednesday. We didn't have a show last Wednesday. We had my computer was ill. The studio was ill. Jbird was ill last Wednesday. Everything was ill. So nothing wanted to work last Wednesday. And he's still holding on to it. So here we are on Tuesday, almost a whole week later, and he's still down for the count.
Denny sent us this email yesterday, and we were talking about, like, what does Jbird have? Because a lot of people have this cyclospora catenesis right now, and sometimes you get it from leafy greens and salads and fresh berries. And I was like, well, you don't eat a lot of salad. He goes, yes, I have been eating a lot of salad. And I was like, oh my God, okay, well, maybe this is what you have. It's not spread from person to person. Okay. It's from salad, but the symptoms include explosive bowel movements, check.
Yikes.
Loss of appetite, stomach cramps, bloating, nausea, fatigue, and symptoms can last over a month if left untreated.
Wow. Well, do they say how to treat it? What does that mean?
So you're supposed to be treated with antibiotics, but you have to go and get diagnosed.
Uh-huh. Okay.
And you have to have somebody who knows what they're looking at and properly diagnoses you.
Yeah, I'm looking at the numbers for the state of Florida, and maybe it's just a lot of these cases are undiagnosed. It's not very prevalent. In fact, there's only one case in Palm Beach County that has been confirmed. There's 5 in Broward, 6 in Miami-Dade. There's only a total of 49 confirmed cases in the entire state of Florida. So if that's what he has, it's a rarity. Of course, he'd be the one to get it.
I think, too, some people are probably going through it and have not got properly diagnosed. Like Jbird, he doesn't know what he has.
Yeah, but to me, when you get onto, you expect a virus to knock you down. The quick one's 24, normal probably 48, maybe 5 days where you're still feeling it. But he is now going... He's on about, day 10, I believe?
Well, that's what they say is different about this. It's not a stomach virus.
Yeah.
It is, it can last from a few days to over a month if left untreated.
So then if he legitimately has this, he would be the second case in Palm Beach County that's been officially diagnosed. And he has to get into a doctor and get antibiotics, you're saying, or it's going to last even longer.
I told him yesterday, I'm like, look, just go to the emergency room. Mm-hmm. I know it's a $250 copay with our insurance, but they will keep running tests on you till they figure out what's wrong with you.
True, yeah. Maybe it's, what if it's not that, it is something else?
Exactly.
Like that's not normal to be doing what you're doing out your back end that long.
Well, yeah, and it's going on too long of time for you to just keep hoping it's going to resolve.
Right.
I think you got to go to the ER and let them keep testing until they figure out what it is.
Right. Did we get to the ER, do you know?
I would probably say no.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, who knows when the bird might be back then, if that's what's going on. So, yeah, it's crazy. A month. Could you imagine having something like that for a month? My goodness.
They're terrible. Awful.
Yeah. No, that's not fun. Not fun,
Severe diarrhea, it says.
Wow.
Not just regular. sometimes explosive.
Oh, my goodness.
Severe diarrhea. I would be
Those are two words that don't go well together, explosive and diarrhea.
I would be at the ER so quick if I was going through that. I would not be chilling.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we wish Bird the best. It's a little bit of a mystery on exactly what is going on. We don't know officially, but we're hoping for the best. But yeah, it's kind of crazy that it's been this long. So we'll see what happens with him. Hopefully we'll get an update here on that. So good news. Everybody else is doing well. And from what I'm seeing with that, it doesn't sound like it's contagious.
Right. It doesn't go person to person. It's from food.
Yes.
Which is good.
And it's not a stomach virus.
Right.
So I guess that is the good news of it. So, yeah, they say 2 to 14 days after ingestion can last a few days to over a month if left untreated, like you had said. So, yeah, raw produce, leafy greens, fresh herbs, berries even. So as you're getting your breakfast ready this morning, just think, is that berry worth a month of explosive diarrhea?
You gotta maybe cook that berry.
Yeah, they say wash it thoroughly, though that might not entirely eliminate the risk. Well, that's fun, isn't it? Well, that's just a lot of fun. Well, there you go. Well, I'm sorry that Jbird's missing today because today is National Mac and Cheese Day.
Oh, no.
Yeah, you would think. I mean, of all days.
He would definitely want to celebrate.
And it's also National Nude Day. So, I mean, what a great combo, huh? You just knock down 5 or 6 bowls of mac and cheese and you just take off all your pants and lay there gross and naked.
It's hot.
This is the day for that, yes. This is
naked with a big carb belly.
Yes, there you go. That's what we're looking for. You know, I learned even when I was a young dude in my 20s that when you've got a young child, it's about finding these little parent hacks. And sometimes it's unique to your own child. I remember it blew me away because some friends that I had, they were a little bit older than me and they had a kid. They would turn on the vacuum cleaner and the kid would just fall asleep. Otherwise, the kid would not fall asleep. But they somehow discovered turning on the vacuum cleaner put the kid out. I was like, how smart is that? And you just got to find those little things. And so, you know, not only getting your kid to sleep, getting your kid to eat, and also entertaining your kid. So whenever you have a hack, we like to talk about those because it might be able to help other parents. And Denny's has discovered a hack to occupy his son Lachlan because you got to do chores, but kids can be all consuming. They want all the attention. You're not getting anything else done around the house when they want your attention. And so this little hack you say is right now undefeated with your 3-year-old Lachlan.
It's what we've been doing. So we noticed that when we get a package, he gets real excited because he wants to watch you open it. But then whatever you take out of the package, whatever it is, he has no interest in. He starts playing with the box that's left over.
The box is the star.
Yeah.
So the newest hack that I've come up with is I went to Walmart and they sell a bunch of those moving boxes, those large moving boxes.
Yeah.
And I bought about 5 or 6 of them and I keep them in the garage. And then when I want to distract him, I'll just make the box and I carry it in. I'm like, oh, we got another package. And I open it. And then he just plays in the box for the next hour or 2. It's amazing.
That's awesome.
That's what I've been doing.
It is wild how entertaining the most basic things can be. I remember as a young kid, one of the best days of my childhood. Remember vividly, my dad's an attorney. And so they would have filing cabinets. And the box that a filing cabinet comes in, you know what a filing cabinet looks like, about 4 or 5 drawers. It's about maybe 4 to 5 feet tall, maybe sometimes taller. And it was the box the whole thing went in. I remember my dad brought that home for me. I was like, oh my gosh, this is the best thing ever. You could carve windows out of the side. You have like a little playhouse. You do whatever you wanted with it. I mean, it was phenomenal. I was in that thing for weeks.
So that's what we did. We put a box there. We now, if you want to really entertain him, if you put 2 boxes next to each other, he'll sit there and just play in between the 2 boxes. It's insane.
That's awesome.
Yeah. You know, the other thing that was a great toy was when you have a paper towel roll. And it goes out and that whatever that cardboard roll is.
It's technically called a doot-to-doot.
That's what we call it.
No way, is it really?
Doot-to-doot.
That's what we call it, a doot-to-do.
Right. Yeah, because it'd be a megaphone.
Yep.
You could use it as a sword. I mean,
so good.
It had so many versatile, uses.
The best toys are made of cardboard.
Honestly, it really is pretty insane. And you've even seen that sometimes where you go out and you buy your kid a very expensive toy and it's the most basic thing that they glom onto. I think there's something connected with that we do want to use our imagination. And that's fun for kids. It's good for kids. It's sometimes when you have toys that are too involved and the toy becomes the star, then the kid's not. When the toy does all the work for the children, then they're not getting anything out of it. And sometimes they're like, no, I want to make my own universe and world out of this. Don't tell me how it sounds. Don't tell me what it does. I'm going to create its own functions.
Look at Kevin revealing the plot of Toy Story.
Yeah, is that what the latest one is for Toy Story 5?
It's all about getting back to using your imagination.
Yeah.
And playing. Kids aren't playing.
It's not wrong.
A tablet is not play.
Right.
A phone is not play. A TV is not play. And that's the whole entire message of Toy Story. Get back to playing.
Okay. I love it.
But that's what we realized, even those, like you were saying, the inner tube of the paper towels, if you give that to Lachlan, he will just run around the house. It's just the most amazing thing.
Yeah.
And we notice it because when we order him stuff, he'll take it out and then he has no interest in it. It's so weird.
It is.
You think he's going to love it and then he ends up playing with the box.
Yeah, it is wild. It's a lot of times the most basic things, sticks, rocks, just, things like that you would never expect. Kids can make something out of.
Oh, and kids love a dirt hill. So when we were at the zoo in Colorado,
Yeah.
I guess they're doing construction. So they have this giant dirt hill in an area that they're building. And I guess a lot of kids started playing in that they ended up just roping it off after construction. And there's a giant dirt hill you can play in.
Dirt hill.
That's all kids
Dirt
want
hill.
is a dirt hill to roll down.
Honestly, it's pretty true, though.
It's basic. It's simple. It's awesome.
Yeah, that's all it really takes. Talking about Toy Story 5 yesterday on the After the Show, we got to talk with one of our KVJ Nationers, Scarlett Spears. She is an adorable girl, about 8 years old, and she is just making her mark on the world. She plays Bonnie, or is the voice of Bonnie in Toy Story 5, and I have not yet seen the movie. Virginia, you saw it, and you said she's the main character, and she's just got lines for days in that.
Yeah, Bonnie is the lead human character, central. It's all about Bonnie.
Yeah. And you've also seen Scarlett. She was the young Glinda in Wicked for Good. That was just last year. And then in the conversation we had, she talked about a big project she's got coming up, which she can't really say a lot about.
No big deal. She was in Wicked and Toy Story so far.
That's back-to-back years. Yeah, she's becoming the go-to kid in Hollywood.
Wow.
Which is exciting, right? Because you think of all the go-to kids that they've had in Hollywood, who would you put as the top? I think Macaulay Culkin might be number one because he had the Home Alone 1, Home Alone 2. He had Uncle Buck. He also didn't. I think he had a fourth one.
He definitely
My
had
Girl
a bunch.
as
yeah,
well.
My
He was
Girl.
Right.
Was it the Wishmaster?
Yeah, he was in a lot.
He had a run, but you've had that where those kids get in that pocket. And they take off and they're big stars. I really think that Scarlett Spears might be one of those names that you might know.
It's a movie star name, too. Scarlett Spears.
Scarlett Spears.
People are
Scarlett.
going to be like, is she related to Britney?
Yeah, no.
No.
And the thing that was really amazing about it in the conversation yesterday is people like, oh my gosh, she is so well spoken, just so adorable. She has adorable just oozing out of her pores. Like she can't even help it.
She's just charming on accident.
I mean, just everything she does, she just sits there and you're just like, what an amazing kid. Yeah, she's phenomenal. If you didn't get to check that out yesterday, you can go to our KVJ Show YouTube channel and it is right there. You can see the interview as is posted. The KVJ Nationer who is in Wicked and also in Toy Story 5. Go and check that out. Or you can watch us live right now. Always do that. Just go to YouTube, look for the KVJ Show, subscribe, and click that like button. We'd appreciate it. Well, it's not easy finding awesome things for your kids to do in the summer that doesn't cost a ton of money. That's why we give you Camp KVJ, and we're going to be back with that about 9:15 this morning. You got a chance after your kid wakes up to try to win them some cool tickets. It's Denny's or Animal, the game that we play. It's a fun little thing for kids to get along and get into. We got Rapids Water Park tickets and Palm Beach Zoo. You get a 4-pack to each of those places, plus a $100 Visa gift card from Love the Palm Beaches. So you definitely want to be here for that because that's free. And that's 2 separate days. That's 2 long days.
Yes.
You know, that's an amazing thing. You say, okay, wow, we're going to have 2 really cool things that we're going to be able to do. And the $100 is going to go great because you know they're going to want stuff at that gift shop and at the concession stands.
Totally.
So that takes care of all your needs on that monetarily. So if you're trying to find something that is somewhat affordable, we talked about this briefly yesterday. There are package deals you can get with a lot of museums, and they will put them all together. Great things for the kids and places to go where you can be in AC and you can get package deals on that, but it still costs some money. Going to the movies has gotten crazy expensive, but it's easy, it's nice, and in South Florida, it's air conditioned. And you said that there's a place in Wellington that's showing some kid movies and at a great price.
Yeah, the mall at Wellington Green is doing this thing called Summer Fun Fest, and it's special family favorite films now through July 30th. Screenings take place Tuesdays through Thursdays at 10 a.m., and tickets are just $1.99 for kids and adults. I mean, $1.99 for a movie ticket. That's incredible.
Yeah, that's pretty insane. That really is cool.
Now, one of the movies is hands down one of my favorite movies ever in the whole animation world, The Secret Life of Pets.
Okay.
Such a good movie. The other 2, The Wild Robot and Trolls, that was huge.
Right. Mm-hmm.
You can go see these movies for $1.99 a ticket. You can go online and buy your tickets, or you can go in person right there at the mall at Wellington Green.
That's smart that they're doing that. That's nice. I mean, you're answering the call for 2 things, entertainment for kids and something that parents can actually afford.
Amen.
Yeah. And then they're getting some business too, which I know that's quite a challenge. All these malls are really struggling. Denny's was talking about what they're doing in Colorado yesterday, about how they've turned game zones, or you can do rock climbing, or they got laser tags, and it's almost like they put a theme park now in some of these malls. You look at the South Florida malls, you know, my wife and I just pulled into the Gardens Mall the other day, and she was like, oh my gosh, the Birdine's is closed. I'm like, yeah, it's been closed, I think, for a while. And
Sears is closed.
yeah, the Town Center Mall in Boca, they're looking at turning that into maybe a hotel or apartments or something like that. So they're trying to get something going with that. I know the mall at Wellington Green, they've been talking about almost doing the same thing with some of the additional space that they got there.
The Jensen Beach Mall, they did that. They turned it into an indoor play place. Go-karts, bowling,
smart,
arcade.
Well, look, I mean, this time of year, we've got 5 months out of the year where nobody wants to be outside. It's our winter.
You're right.
Right now. And so to find something that you can go to and be indoors for, I mean, it's a smart business to build up because you know you got 5 months of pretty solid business.
And nobody was going to the mall.
Yeah, you're right.
So you got to rework it somehow and make it sexy.
Yeah, I mean, imagine if you go and spend a day of entertainment, the kids are happy, and you can grab a couple things that are there. Yeah, it seems like a smart refocus to the malls of today. The influencer game is pretty wild these days. In fact, I would say Wild Wild West is more like what it is. You know, everybody seems to think that they need to have an influencer that's pushing their business, and a lot of them are very successful. But the more I read into it, it's really hard for a lot of these businesses that are not major corporations, that don't have a big celebrity endorsement deal that ties into the social media. If you're a mom and pop trying to do this, I'm just hearing it's very frustrating. There are so many influencers that are coming to your door. And I know we even had one client that left us because influencers came in, they promised the world, and then they took all their marketing budget, put it on the influencers, and they drove nobody to their place, but then they didn't have any more money to advertise. And then they started to realize the hard way that, okay, just because somebody calls themselves an influencer doesn't mean they have any influence, and they're not going to get anybody your place. And they say that this is happening to a lot of businesses. They say that right now, a lot of influencers are going for anywhere from $5,000 to $1,000 just for one single promotional post. But there's countless stories in this article I was reading, like one Los Angeles restaurant called Hollywood Thai that paid an influencer $500 for a meal. And then months later, the post was never up. So they had to go on social media themselves and blast the influencer about, hey, we paid you $500. Where's the post? Because they then stopped communicating with them and there wasn't any accountability.
What the hell?
And it's not like they're with a big advertising agency that you can say, hey, we'll pull all of our business, or you can, kind of go after them and they would actually care. There was another place that had provided $1,200 in food, drinks, and payment. And then the influencer, again, they didn't do anything or just didn't really connect, and they didn't put anything up.
Wow.
And so these people are going in, getting food, getting paid, and then not delivering on what they had promised. And so I don't know how many of the influencers are actually effective, and some are. I'm not taking away from many that are. There are, but there's a massive separation between the ones that take it seriously as a business and the people that are just going around and saying that they're an influencer. And that's what I'm wondering, because I almost wonder if some of these people, when you're trying to chase the influencer game, there's almost something broken inside of you. You need the validation. You want to live in this prestigious world where you're flying in jets and driving in fancy cars and all those kind of things. And you have a true self-esteem issue. And so you label yourself as an influencer, because there's just one story after another. I think I had 2 or 3 influencer deaths last week. There was just a story I saw over the weekend of this Brazilian influencer. It's been living in Dubai for 2 years. She's a 26-year-old that took a header off her balcony 27 floors up.
Oh, no.
Kind of a mystery. They don't know exactly what's going on with her, but
Was she pushed or did she jump?
Still investigating.
Oh, my gosh.
Yep. So who knows? I mean, we had the influencer shooting that happened in South Florida last week, the 21-year-old that was driving around in a Lamborghini and they were flashing cash. And, unfortunately, 2 people ended up dead from that. So it seems like it's kind of bringing in a world of excess and people who would do anything to get it. And it's proving to be somewhat dangerous for some people getting into that world. So it's kind of wild to see what is happening. And then there's another story of a 52-year-old Colombian lifestyle influencer, Adriana Rodriguez, who would go out and do lipo and all this kind of stuff. And apparently she went and got a lipo procedure at an illegal, unlicensed beauty clinic in Bogota. And things did not wind up very good for her. 4 hours later, she was dead.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing about lipo, because I do know about lipo. I've got lipo before. You got to make sure the person doing it knows what they're doing, because they can do lots of damage with that stick. It's like a long metal stick, and it's got a little hole on the end of it.
A fat vacuum.
It's like a suction.
Yeah, right.
A fat vacuum on a long metal stick, and they put it in there to suck out the fat. But they can poke internal organs if they don't know what they're doing and they do it too rough. They can damage tissue and cause intense scarring. Like, if you don't know what you're doing, especially if you're going to an unlicensed place in somebody's house to get it done in Bogota,
Right.
like, you're probably going to be in a bad situation.
Yeah.
Not to mention infection. I mean, if you make it through the procedure without any internal damage, you could possibly get an infection, because they're not sterile environments.
Right.
It's not a surgical suite.
I think a big problem with the influencer game is the barrier to entry. Right now, it's nothing. It used to be, if you were going to advertise for a product, you had to have some credibility and be with a reputable media agency. You don't have to do that anymore. And then the people that are clamoring for any kind of business, you would probably go to a reputable business. And now they're going to unlicensed clinics. They've got no barrier to entry to hire them. And when you put the combination of the two together, you're winding up with deadly results.
You got to do your research.
Yeah.
You really, really do. And you can't just believe what you see an influencer or anybody say on Instagram.
Okay. Virginia gets paid to do this. She's with a reputable broadcasting company. We are influencers, yes, but hopefully of a higher level. We hope.
We hope.
I'm not sure. But when it does come to doing anything with cosmetic procedures, Virginia has put in the work.
You are right about that, sir.
Yep. And she's done the research, and she has got something for you to try other than Botox. How many Botox treatments do you think you average a year?
So I believe that less is more, and this was confirmed this week. I went back to Hamilton Aesthetics, where I used to go 20 years ago for Botox, and I was talking to them, and they confirmed that what you should do if you get Botox or any kind of stuff like this, you have to let it wear off completely before you go back in and get a new round of it. You want to let the muscle go back to functioning again and start to see where the wrinkles are going to start appearing again, and then go get it again. You want to let it completely die out. So if you're going every 2 months, every 3 months, I think that's too much.
Okay.
I think you should wait and let it wear off completely. So I only go like twice a year.
Okay. You think that's the sweet spot?
I think that's the sweet spot. If you've already started doing too much, you can taper back and you can put more time in between your Botox or whatever you do. But less is more. And going less frequently will help you in the long run, because I was talking with the master injector that did mine last week at Hamilton, and she said what starts to happen if you overuse these neurotoxins, that's what it's called, a neurotoxin, your skin will begin to, when you're in your 50s, start to look translucent. And then you look like a gecko. You know those clear geckos you see?
No, really?
Yeah. Yeah. If you overuse, you will look translucent.
Oh, that's not a good look.
Not a good look.
Oh, that's wild. People are thinking like you're one of those alien hybrids.
Your skin looks like it's like paper thin.
Yeah.
Like the same, like a wrapping on a spring roll.
Yeah.
You can see through it. You don't want that.
No.
That's not good.
Wow.
So less is more. And when you go, less is more. Get less of the product in your face. That is better. And then if you need to go back in 2 weeks because you're noticing too much movement, do that. But less is more when it comes to neurotoxins.
What are the other downsides of it? I know it freezes your face, and sometimes you look unnatural.
Yeah, and that's because you did too much of it.
Yeah.
And you gotta believe less is more.
Is there any other hidden negative that people may not be aware of?
So eventually it stops working because you build up a resistance to it. So now instead of Botox, I've switched to something called Dysport.
Okay.
And now, not only can you use Dysport, on your 11s, which are right here in the middle.
How does this differ from Botox? Is it injectable or is it?
It's injectable, and it's not very different.
Is it a neurotoxin?
Neurotoxin as well.
Okay.
It works quicker than Botox. Okay. That's how it's different.
Does it freeze your face harder?
It freezes you quicker.
So they'd be like, if you're going to smile, do it right now, because you're not going to frown in 5 months.
You're not going to smile for 6 weeks, lady.
If you want your face locked in, better do it right now. We're going in for the ejection.
There's also a thing, if you look at your face, everybody is asymmetrical. So
You hope.
Well, symmetrical is perfect. Asymmetrical is normal. So one side doesn't completely match the other side. It's just how we all are.
I think your higher level of beauty, there's more symmetry, correct? And that's
exactly. So, she was helping me and looking at stuff, and, one side of my lip is like different than the other, but drastically different than the other. So she was showing me how, we can do a little Dysport in this muscle under the lip on this side. It'll release the muscle a little bit, and then the lip comes down a little bit, and you look less asymmetrical.
Okay.
So I was like, okay. So instead of getting filler, which a lot of girls are doing, I would say maybe try Dysport to balance. Facial balancing.
For more symmetry.
For more symmetry instead of plumping stuff up with filler.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if that's the way to go.
Well, we've seen so many instances, and I was seeing a lot of older actresses that started looking like lions. Madonna, it seemed like whatever she was doing, it just kind of made you feel a little bit weird. Nicole Kidman there for a little while was kind of turned into lion face.
Yeah, it doesn't look good with the filler. You're puffing out the skin to get rid of the wrinkles, but now you look like a lion or a cheetah. Like, it just looks weird.
Okay, there you go.
The goal should always be natural looking, not done. You don't want people to go, oh my gosh, yeah, she just got her Botox. Look at her. That's not the point of it. It's supposed to make you look refreshed. Like,
should just look younger.
Just look like,
vibrant.
She just got back from vacation. Oh, she must have been on a beach sipping pina coladas.
Right.
That's what you want people to think. You don't want them to think, oh my God, she just got a bunch of needles in her face.
What is the cost compared to Botox for Dysport?
It's about the same.
Okay.
It's not really that different.
Okay. All right.
You know, you can do things now where you can like get on a membership plan and bank your money and save money and get discounts. There's deals, there's bundles. I would encourage you ladies to do your research, find the deals, find the bundles, but always make sure you have an experienced master injector that knows what they're doing. We don't go to anybody who's new.
Okay.
We just don't do it. Don't do it.
How much experience do you have to have before you trust them? Because I'm sure everybody says they're a master injector. How do you know when you really have one?
I mean, you can go and say, I want to see before and afters of work that you've done. Show me pictures.
Mm-hmm.
You can say, okay, how many years have you been doing this? How many faces have you injected? Talk to me about your experience. Talk to me about what you like about injecting. And I mean, let them tell you their experience and what they do. And before you let somebody start sticking needles in your face, do a consultation. They're free.
Okay.
Go in there, talk to this person, have them look at your face and give you all the advice before they put a needle in it. See what they got to say.
Virginia's buzzword of the day, Dysport.
Dysport is what I've tried this time, and I like it so far.
It's the KVJ dirt of the day. It's the KVJ dirt of the day. Virginia, take it away, because you know we need that dirt of the day.
This Dirt of the Day is brought to you by my favorite closet people, closetsbydesign.com. Well, Tyler Perry is being accused of sexual assault by a guy named Mario Rodriguez. And Mario and his legal team want Tyler Perry to sit down for a deposition, but they're fighting over whether or not Tyler can be asked if he's attracted to men. And he says, I'm not ashamed of it, but I shouldn't have to be asked that in a deposition. It's just kind of weird. Like, this guy's coming for him pretty hardcore. And Tyler Perry has been trying to get out of doing this. And the guy, Mario's motion was filed. And Mario says it's been trying to get Tyler to answer for what happened. Tyler says they're trying to pressure him into settling the case and giving him a payday and walking away from it all. And Tyler says he is not embarrassed about his sexuality and he refuses to settle. So we're kind of in a little standoff here. This will be interesting to see what happens if this deposition happens at all. I think we just want to get to the truth here, right?
Yeah, I would imagine.
It would be nice to know what really happened.
Good luck, though.
Yeah, good luck is right. In other news, did you see we may have Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift right here in South Florida? Apparently, Taylor Swift's private jet landed in Palm Beach yesterday. And that dog that apparently they own together now, a fluffy white dog, was seen getting off the plane with Travis Kelce. No sign of Taylor, but you know, they like to travel separately as to avoid getting busted and people figuring out where they're going. So it's very possible that they are both here in South Florida now.
Yeah, I wonder, because last season he was in Boca. He has that house there, and I think he's held on to that. And he was training at a gym in Boca where a lot of other football players will go.
Yes, you know where they go.
I did, yeah. Oddly enough, my son was doing some stuff there with the same guy. And
okay.
So he trains other people here, but this is the time of year where there are a lot of professional football players, and Boca's set up that way. They have kind of like little dorms for them. A lot of the guys going to the draft and whatnot. They're in industrial parks. They're very unassuming, a lot of these places. And they don't have signs on them or anything. You'd have no idea. It's just a doorway you walk in. I know because I went into one time, and it's just this huge thing. And there's I saw like 8 or 10 professional football players. I'm like, this is wild.
Wow.
So, yeah, I think he's doing that. So he's training. So I imagine he's probably trying to get a focus on. So it'll be interesting just how often. I think Taylor Swift will be in South Florida. I don't think she was with him. There was no photos of her on the tarmac there in Palm Beach. Just the dog, who, by the way, it's one of those Samoyas. That dog, as soon as he got out of the plane, he's like going, sweet, South Florida. This is awesome. just where an extremely hairy dog wants to be.
Could you guys have maybe shaved me down first? It's a little warm out here.
The dog's like, oh my gosh. So I think that's what he's doing. I imagine Taylor will probably pop in and out of South Florida. It's almost like what she did last year. Remember, they went to Harry's at City Place in West Palm Beach. So I'm sure she has other projects and whatnot that she might be working on. You might see her a little bit more this year, though, because she had the tour and things going on last year.
Well, look, they're newlyweds, and I doubt either one of them want to be away from each other for too long. Work is work.
Yeah.
But if he's down here training and she's possibly trying to start a family, guess what? You got to be together to do that sort of thing.
Right. I think we will see Taylor Swift. Just we haven't seen her yet.
That's exciting.
Yeah, it'll be fun. It's kind of one of the neat little things.
Keep your eyes peeled. If you see something, say something, and say it to the KVJ show, please. Finally here, 21-year-old Zahara and 24-year-old Maddox, the children of Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt, just put ads in the newspaper in L.A. And it's a legal requirement. Like, if you want to change your name, you have to put an ad in the paper and make it public record that you're changing your name. Both of these siblings are looking to legally remove Pitt from their name and just be Jolie. So
I would just love to know what has gone on in this family that they are to that level, that they will not even hold on to his name.
I think the whole thing it was on the plane, it got ugly, there was physical violence, and then all the kids took her side, and she decided that she was going to turn them against him. And, some truth may be on her side.
Right.
Because if he did get physical with the kids, it's a thing that you have to stand up for. If you see a man abusing your child, you stand up.
Yes.
And you do something and you say something. But what he's going to say is that, he was intoxicated. He hasn't had a sip in years.
Right.
He wants his family back.
Yeah.
And,
that's what I'm saying. That's where it's like, it's been a very long time. And it looks like he's done the work to make changes, realizing how bad his behavior might have been on that plane. And at that point, it's like, I had a bad night and I was going through stuff, but would you not give your own father a little chance for redemption if he's truly turned a corner over a decade later?
I would, but I haven't been manipulated by Angelina Jolie.
Yeah. Well, who knows?
Do you know how powerful that woman is? She stole him away from Jennifer Aniston, one of the hottest women on the planet. Like, Angelina gets what she wants, and she knows what she's doing. And I think if she wanted to fully impact their kids with parental alienation, she would know how to do it.
I think my question is, did Brad Pitt put in the effort to try to reconcile with his kids? Because you look at Tom Cruise, it doesn't feel like he's put in the effort with his kid Suri.
He doesn't care because Suri is not in Scientology.
Yeah.
She is actually someone that he doesn't want to even associate with.
Yeah, so I kind of wonder if Brad Pitt has done that as well. Did he truly try to reconcile with his own children? Because why are they dropping his name, all of them?
Yeah.
Yeah, something else going on there.
It's crazy, and yeesh, you don't know what you don't know. What else could have happened? And she could be protecting these kids. We don't know. And that's what's going on in your dirt.
Taylor Swift might be in South Florida very soon. Her man was seen landing in Palm Beach, private plane, of course, with that white fluffy dog that they supposedly now own together, I guess. She's got 3 cats. Now they've added a dog to the mix. He probably said, you know what, I can't have the cat reputation. I got to bounce out with a dog.
I got a dog, but it's a white fluffy dog.
Right, you're right.
Which is it's like a big cat.
It does kind of play, yeah. Somebody was
it's a barking cat.
And somebody's saying, I don't know a lot about the breed. The Samoya, I believe, is the name of it, which sounds like Samora, which is delicious. Have you ever had a Samora? Oh, man.
S'mores?
Oh, my goodness. The Samoya, they said, it has hair that somehow kind of keeps it cool, even in the heat. I've never heard anything like that. And I guess you can't shave them off because it irritates their skin.
Oh.
So that's kind of rough. So, yeah, I was kind of wondering as I saw this dog getting off the plane. And the dog's face, that's what I love about it. The dog's face is almost like, oh, gosh, what is this?
Palm Beach.
Oh, why is it? What's this humidity thing?
The dog is making a face.
He was making a face getting off the plane. He's like, what is this? So, but yeah, apparently people were saying that he might be well acclimated. I hope so. But I thought this was interesting. You know, you've heard that thing, never meet your heroes. And in fact, Mick Jagger was told that. He just did a podcast with Conan O'Brien, and he was talking about how he was given this advice, and somebody he really wanted to meet that he idolized, he'd never met because of the advice.
Did you meet Elvis?
No, I never met Elvis.
That's incredible to me.
You know why? The Daily Mirror, an English tabloid that still exists, you always did publicity with the Daily Mirror, and the Beatles did it. There was a showbiz journalist, I can't remember his name, very famous at the time, and he took the Beatles in Los Angeles to visit with Elvis.
Yeah.
And there's pictures of this.
Yeah.
They went up to Elvis's house and his pool, and
they walked in and he was playing bass.
Was he?
Watching TV, playing bass.
Okay.
But they were all high. The Beatles were high, and none of them have their story straight. None of them can remember.
They don't remember anything.
Yeah.
I remember John telling me, you should never meet your heroes. I would never meet Elvis, Mick, if I were you.
That's fascinating, yeah.
And so I didn't. I took John's advice.
Yeah.
Which is really stupid of me, really. But I mean, I would love to have met Elvis. Why I take John's advice?
He wouldn't have his own experience with Elvis, and he never did because John Lennon advised him against it. And I was like, what a dumb thing, for me to have done. But I will tell you that not all celebrities are the same. In fact, I was kind of going through, and there are some of your heroes that they say you should not meet because they will diminish your opinion of them. And there's a good and a bad list. And ironically, on the bad list is Mick Jagger.
Really?
Yes. Now, I don't know how to feel about that. The story was somebody had met him and asked for an autograph, and he's like, oh, thank you, because, Mick scribbled something down. And then when he went back to his table, he looked at the napkin and said, F off.
Aww.
But I kind of heard that, though, with Keith Richards. In fact, maybe I was talking to somebody, and they're like, yeah, we saw Keith Richards. He was on vacation, some Caribbean island, and we went up to him. And he's like, hey, can I get a photo with you? And he's like, F off. I'm not Keith Richards. Never heard of him. And so he cussed him out. And he's like, well, that was so much better than if I would have gotten a photo. But Keith Richards, same way. So the Rolling Stones, I think, are that level where it's like, all right, they're just over it. They're not
They're
going to.
so old and crotchety at this point.
They're not going to meet anybody. So, yeah, you may not want to meet anybody out in public in the Rolling Stones. It may not go well. But other people that have made that list, some of them are surprising. Some of them are not. Michael Jordan is on the list. Somebody you do not want to meet. And
oh, yeah. I tried to get a picture of him one time.
Yeah.
He was not happy.
I saw him one time. He was out at a shopping plaza, and people were almost kind of chasing him, and he was kind of walking fast away from everybody. You could tell. And I don't blame him, because if he stays someplace, then he'll just be swarmed, and
Yes.
and you need security and all that stuff. And I think he was just trying to have a lovely dinner with his wife.
I saw him at the valet waiting for his car, so he was literally trapped.
Oh, no.
He couldn't leave. And that was in my phase when I loved to get pictures of the back of everybody's head. But, I mean, I was standing literally 3 feet behind him, and there was a flash on my camera. And I know. I took the picture and ran. I did not wait for him to turn around and tell me what a dummy I was.
It's probably smart.
Bye. Oh my gosh. He is so tall, Kevin. I mean,
he is, yeah.
It was like overwhelming how tall Michael Jordan is.
He's an impressive person to see in the flesh.
Yeah, and if you're going to take a picture of him, do it quickly and run away. Some
of the other celebrities I've heard that you never should try to meet is Will Ferrell. He's on the list.
Really?
Yeah, I was rather surprised by that, but there's several stories of, I think when he does something, I think he does a lot of stage things to look like he's a man of the people. I just seen, because he was promoting The Hawk. That's that movie we were talking about yesterday that he filmed part of it at TGL in Palm Beach Gardens.
Yeah.
he went to a frat party and was just kind of hanging out. You're like, oh my gosh, Will Ferrell's a man of the people. He was dressed as the Hawk, though, his character. I think the whole thing for him, that was nothing but publicity.
And two, maybe he's one of those method actors that likes to get in it and be it.
If he's the Hawk, he'll hang out with you and take a photo to promote his album or his movie.
His movie,
or
yeah.
his TV show. But yeah, he's not going to just be Will Ferrell, the guy that's going to hang out and want to chill with you.
I get it.
Yeah, I do too. Look, I do understand.
Swarm.
Yeah.
Just like with Michael Jordan, people are going to swarm. It's going to become a little scary for you because you've got all these people. You're outnumbered.
Yeah. I don't think you'd be surprised Justin Bieber made the list
Not surprised.
of one of these celebrities you don't want to meet, that it would ruin your opinion of them. Jennifer Lopez is on there, and I'm not surprised by that one either.
Not surprised.
Jennifer Lawrence is on there.
Really?
Are you surprised by that? I was a little surprised by that she made the bad list for celebrities you don't want to meet.
I think that she's one of those celebrities, though, that really tries really hard to be a girl of the people. And
She
to
comes
make you-
across as that. She had me fooled. I was surprised to see that one. But she is kind of quiet. Her private life is pretty private. And then Jake Gyllenhaal made the list.
Oh, I chased him one time through an airport. He does not like to be photographed.
Okay.
He will literally run through the Delta terminal as you're chasing him.
I'm not sure if it's the celebrities. It might be you.
He knew.
Yeah.
He could feel me.
Yeah.
And I was really trying to get. It was before I would do all back of the head. It was when I was trying to get a little face.
Because you're not the play it cool person.
No.
Yeah, there's nothing cool about
I'm
your
the, oh my
approach.
gosh. I go, oh my gosh. And I put my
Yeah.
drink down and chase you.
Right. Yeah, that's what they're terrified of.
I was at it was the Little Nell Hotel in Aspen, Colorado. This had to be maybe like 2004-ish. And I seen George Lucas in the back of the restaurant.
Whoa. Oh, wow.
The director of Star Wars.
That's a big one.
And so I seen him and I just go, hey, George Lucas, these aren't the droids you're looking for. And he like put his hand up and said, blah, blah, blah. And then the waiter came and made us leave the restaurant.
Did he really?
Yeah, he got us kicked out because of that.
George Lucas had you removed?
Yeah, he evidently does not like anyone talking about Star Wars to him. He does not want to hear it. But he put his hand up. He's like, hey, very nice.
And then we were cool and then got you kicked out.
Then we were escorted out.
I'm not surprised by that one, though.
Yeah, it didn't surprise me either.
Yeah, a lot of these don't necessarily surprise me. These celebrities they say that you might want to meet, though, that people have had good experiences with. We hear this all the time. Keanu Reeves. I don't think anybody's ever had a bad experience with him. George Clooney. I was a little surprised by that because I could see George Clooney being very standoffish.
Yeah.
Bradley Cooper, they say, is cool to meet. Melissa,
Really?
yeah, and I was surprised by that one as well.
That's interesting because I would think he could be a little snooty if he wanted.
Yeah, I was really surprised by some of these names. Melissa McCarthy, I do kind of see that one. I think she would be cool.
Yes.
Yeah, she'd
if
be
you
cool.
met her. Renee Zellweger made the list of the cool celebrities you would actually want to meet.
I could see that actually. She seems normal.
She
Yeah.
does.
And then Octavia Spencer. She made the good list.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Okay. Yeah, so those are some of the, if you ever saw them out and had a moment, some of them would want to meet you and be cool with it, and the others would just make you feel, they would cut you down to size, and you'd be like going, gosh, that was the worst thing ever. When I tried to meet them, I can't stand them now.
And here's the thing, on any given day, these can flip-flop. Someone can be having a bad day and be the nicest
be,
person
yeah.
ever, and just decide they don't want to deal with it. They don't want to deal with another person asking for their autograph because they're just having a bad day. Their cat died this morning.
Yeah.
You don't know what they're going through.
Yeah. But I think it's overall. In fact, you got to throw in Adam Sandler. Just what he does is unreal. When he was in New York City to perform the Taylor Swift-Travis Kelce wedding, he was looking for a game of pickup basketball and just found one on social media and actually showed up and was taking pictures with all these just... They look like just normal, regular people, just with Adam Sandler taking photos. That's what he does. He seems like he makes an extra effort to go out and hang with people. And I think that's great. Mick Jagger yesterday was just talking. We were playing that clip where he said, when you become a celebrity to this level, it's hard to stay relatable to real people because all your friends become celebrities. You hang out in places that you're always ostracized, where nobody else can get to. You live
Insulated.
your life is completely insulated. Adam Sandler, who does great movies for the people, always seems to go and rub elbows with the people, and I think that keeps him grounded, and that's how he can still connect to his audience.
Yeah.
I find it hard for some of these celebrities to do that. I'm amazed that some of them can, and a lot of them can't.
Look at Kevin, celebrity psychology analyst.
Breaking them down, Virginia.
You have figured it out.
Yeah, breaking them down. And people like Boynton Pete said, met Adam walking in the Village. Super cool guy. So never heard a bad thing about Adam Sandler when it comes to meeting regular people. Mick Jagger just did a podcast interview talking about how John Lennon told him to never meet Elvis. And he said, you don't want to meet your heroes, because apparently John Lennon might have been high when he met Elvis and didn't have a great experience. And Mick Jagger kind of feels like he shouldn't have listened to that advice now.
Yeah. As you get older, you realize those opportunities should be taken. And even if it goes sideways, it's still an opportunity that you took. If you don't take it, you have no idea what could have happened.
Right. Some of the other names that people have texted in, celebrities you do and do not want to meet. They said you do want to meet Post Malone. Sweetest, most humble person ever. Seems that way. I'm not shocked by that one at all. Another person said, you do not want to meet Faith Hill. She is a complete B.
I could see that.
Every show she treats everyone like they're beneath her unless she has something to gain. I worked a tour and studio session with her, and she's really rude to young female artists.
Oh.
Whoa. Okay. I'm a little surprised by that.
I'm not.
Shaq, very cool. We got a text that said he was a reserve cop with us with Miami Beach PD. Met him several times. He's very down to earth. Not surprised by that.
Not surprised.
In fact, somebody else had texted in. They said Charles Barkley also is very cool.
I love that when Shaq received his degree recently, he made them announce his name as Shaquille I Hate Charles Barkley O'Neal. At the podium, the white lady is holding the paper and announcing him, and his full name is Shaquille I Hate Charles Barkley O'Neal.
See, that's pretty awesome.
That's amazing.
They're very funny together.
They have an incredible banter.
They're good. I was surprised by a few of these. Some of them I'm not. So one person said I met Michael Vick at a private golf club, and I came up to say hi to him, and he did not look up at me one time. He was on his phone, kind of just shrugged me off, and I was like, okay, we'll be on my way. Then I'm not surprised by that. But I'd done an interview with him one time when I did the sports show, and he wasn't really kind of feeling the angle, so I could see that.
Did you bring up the dog stuff?
We had to have a conversation about it. That was it. And I just said, hey, man, I'm going to get a lot of heat because of the dog thing. He didn't like that. I even brought that up. I was like, well,
sorry, dog.
Yeah.
I got to bring it up. It's the thing that you're most famous for. And
yeah, and it was a time that wasn't too far after that. You know, I think now a lot of people put it behind, and he's doing sports commentary on, broadcast network. So I guess he's been redeemed. But this was an era when he wasn't. And he was like, I think we're past that. And I'm like, I don't know if my audience is. So that's the problem. So, and this one saddens me, and I'm surprised. John Taffer from Bar Rescue. Somebody ran into him at Disney Springs, and I said, I'm a huge fan. And I was kind of geeking out. And the face he gave me, it was like, ugh, he was so rude. Like I was so beneath him.
damn, that sucks. I met him on the set.
Yeah.
Now, it was on his show, and he couldn't have been kinder.
Yeah, who knows?
And explained everything and told us, you know, he did on set what he didn't have to do. There are production people for that.
Right.
But he came over, and maybe it was because I was with this really super hot friend of mine, but he came over and took the time to explain everything to us.
Yeah.
And, oh, man, I just realized in real time it was only because I had a hot friend with me.
Why, he was so nice. Go figure, huh?
He was so nice.
He kept talking to us the whole time.
He did. He went out of his way to explain everything.
Hot friends help. Yeah.
I just realized.
And then somebody said, JWoww from Jersey Shore. She was hungover, but so cool when I wanted a photo with her at the airport.
Okay.
All right. There you go. All right. Some of the good, some of the bad on the list. Just kind of be wary before you maybe go up to them. If they're on the bad list, you might want to approach with caution.
All of these people in my life acting berserk. I'm feeling all pissed off and hurt. I need to know if I am the jerk. Oh, am I the jerk? Oh.
Okay, this person wants to know if they're a jerk for cutting their wife out of the work functions that he goes to. Said he loves her, but she has this habit that is starting to affect our social life because she's always interrupting people. It doesn't matter if we're at dinner with friends, at a family gathering, or at a work event of mine. She cuts people off mid-sentence every single time. And I brought it up to her privately. I'm like, hey, I don't know if you know that you're doing this. And she either laughs it off or kind of gets defensive. It's like, well, I don't do that. Like, no, you really do. Well, last week I took her to one of my business dinners, and she interrupted my boss 3 different times during one individual story. And I watched his face, and I could tell he was getting perturbed. I just wanted to disappear because she just wouldn't stop. I'm like, would you please stop talking? And now my friends have even come to me and start making some comments on the side. And I just don't know how to get through this without turning into a huge fight. But to me, I've told her no more work functions, and that started a huge fight. But I feel like I'm in the right. Am I a jerk?
No, you are not a jerk. You can't have some renegade talking to your boss. Whatever your wife does to your boss, it reflects on you. And your boss is going to treat you differently if he's annoyed by the way that your wife is conducting herself. Mm-hmm. Tell her to sit there and shut up and just nod and smile. It's not her job, it's yours.
I don't know how you would execute this, but I will tell you, it was kind of an interesting thing. I had a buddy of mine that when I had to do a speech, he was helping me with it, and he does this a lot. And he said, what you need to do is you need to record yourself doing a practice run of the speech. And he did that for me. And then he played it back. I'm like, oh, my gosh, I look like a maniac. And he's like, yeah. He's like, until you see it yourself,
wow,
you don't necessarily know. And I don't know how you would record her in a conversation and doing all that, because that would be unnatural. But if there's a way you could and could play that back and be like, just take a quick look here. Let me point that out. They're trying to tell a story, and they've got something. You're one-upping them or you're cutting them off. Be nice. Let them tell their story. You're not even listening to anything they're saying, and that's kind of rude. And that's my whole point with this. Maybe she might see that.
She gets so excited about whatever it is she wants to contribute that she just can't help herself, and she injects. And it's not that she's a mean or bad person, but she doesn't understand how the flow of conversation needs to go. And you're right. Showing her a video of her doing it may be a great way to fix it.
Because she's not seeing it. I don't know how you do it, so you got to work that out yourself. But maybe if she could see it back and be like, let me just tell you, because 3 times in this one story, that's one time you interrupted him. Now look at his face. That's not a face of somebody that is loving what you're saying.
And that's my boss.
Right.
That's the guy who decides whether or not I get a promotion. Mm-hmm. And so you don't want that guy thinking that you're a goofball and you're married to some goofball and you should not be getting the promotion because you don't know how to conduct yourself at a party.
You can't really cut her off from the friend situation, but you can definitely cut her off from the work situation.
You can definitely set her up and video her without her realizing you've set up the whole thing.
Just got to figure out how you're going to do that.
You could do it in your own house. You could throw a party.
Yes.
Show her. Put hidden video cameras all over the space.
Right.
And then show her the next day what she does. And she'll have to face the music at that moment.
Break down that game film with her.
That's a great piece of advice that your friend gave you.
Yeah.
Video yourself giving the speech so you can see what you look like. Wow, that's good.
It was eye-opening. And this person wants to know if they're a jerk for dumping a friend. They said, my friend and I have been best friends for more than 20 years. I truly considered her family and even had her in the delivery room last year when I gave birth and made her my godmother. She even made my birthday cake this past May and came to my birthday dinner. But a few days ago, I received her save the date in the mail. I was happy for her until I realized I wasn't in the bridal party. I suddenly realized I must have valued our friendship much more than she did. Instead of pretending I wasn't hurt, I sent her a message explaining how I felt. I told her I understood it was her decision, but I was genuinely surprised and heartbroken because I thought we were much closer. I told her I wouldn't be attending the wedding. I then blocked her on my phone and all my social media.
Oh, my God.
I realized the friendship wasn't what I thought it was, and I didn't see the point in keeping someone in my life if we viewed our relationship so differently. Am I the jerk for doing this?
Yes, and you're a psychopath. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Do you just want to see every friendship in your life burn? You're going to be left alone, so have fun with that.
It's tough. When you put expectations on somebody else and you think that you're... Look, if you don't get the invite, that's fine. You can have a quick conversation.
She got the invite. She just wasn't in the bridal party.
The invite for that level, you're right. Yeah.
But, okay, you got an invite. You just weren't in the bridal party. What if the bridal party is just her two sisters?
Yeah.
Like, you're a maniac. You're an actual maniac, and you're doing this bride a favor.
I think she thought that she was standing up for herself and making a statement.
You're a psychopath. You're you know what? No one is going to want to be your friend. You are the problem. Girl, please.
Girl, you crazy.
Girl, you crazy.
Yeah, okay.
It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. Virginia, take it away. Cause you know we need that Dirt of the Day.
This Dirt of the Day is brought to you by my favorite closet people, closetsbydesign.com. There is a famous Bachelor in Paradise contestant, a fan favorite known as Grocery Store Joe. I don't watch Bachelor in Paradise, but I hear he is one of the more memorable characters. Joe just took to Instagram to let everybody know that doctors performed an MRI on him and found a blueberry-sized brain tumor.
Yikes.
That he had no idea he had. And now he is going to be going in for brain surgery, a craniotomy to have it removed. Blueberry-sized brain tumor. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, it'd be scary stuff, wouldn't it?
Hopefully they can get it all out and he's okay and he can go about the rest of his life. Good Lord, that's scary. This is funny. So Tom Holland, the actor, you know him from Spider-Man.
Yep.
He just sat down with historian Tom Holland. Now, Tom Holland, the actor, is 30. Tom Holland, the historian who does a podcast, is 58.
Okay.
And so it's kind of funny that these two share the same name. The podcast is called The Rest is History. Right. And they just had a fun time talking about all kinds of historical stuff. And Tom Holland, the older guy, quipped that Tom Holland, the young actor, has destroyed his ability to Google himself.
That does make sense. Because you're right, you never find anything on you. It's going to be all him.
Even though he does a podcast that he's trying to get some legs on.
Right.
It's called The Rest is History. He can't get any legs because everybody confuses him with Tom Holland, the actor.
Right.
It's kind of amazing. You can check out Tom Holland, the actor. He is going to be appearing in Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey coming up. And so I guess they were talking a lot about that and the historical relevance and all that good fun stuff. Mm-hmm. Finally here, we told you the story the other day that Blake Lively was going to get Justin Baldoni to pay her legal fees, $8 million in legal fees for all this ridiculous drama and back and forth over the It Ends With Us movie. But now we're hearing, oh, no. That is not necessarily going to happen because Justin Baldoni's lawyers and their team fired back saying that the amount Blake Lively is seeking is wildly overinflated. They say, look in the papers. Blake has failed to present credible evidence showing she's entitled to a lot of these fees, and they're asking the judge to deny her request outright. They say the request is so over-inclusive that it sweeps in fees for researching her own liability for perjury arising from her California claim on Rule 11 and this CRD claim and all this stuff that the court already denied fees on. She's trying to slip it in through another area, and Justin Baldoni's attorneys are all over it. They're like, no, we're not paying this. Let's figure it out. And they shouldn't have to pay because most of her claims were thrown out. Like, if your claims get thrown out, his legal team shouldn't have to pay for all the hours that your lawyers worked on trying to sue him. They were thrown out of court. Like, come on. What are we doing here? So, again, I feel like we're pulling for Justin Baldoni in this one, and we will keep you posted.
She desperately needs to get away from this case.
She needs to get away from everything and just stop. Drop it. Move away. Forget it. You're not going to get this money. Now you're just being publicly shamed. Yeah. His attorneys are not going to hand you $8 million and say, here you go. They're going to fight it tooth and nail and make you look bad. If it's possible to make you look worse, they're going to do it. That's what's going on in your dirt.
Listen up, y'all, cause here's the sitch. It's time for another round of do it, bitch. 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 Do it. Do it. Do it, bitch. Do it, bitch.
Okay, we got Jbird out today, so it's myself, Kevin, Virginia, and Denny's that are all going to be playing the game here today. And what you do is you want to try to meet your mark. You're going to get a topic, and then you're going to roll the dice. And in 10 seconds, you've got to hit that number in the 10 seconds to move on to the next round. Now, if you lose in the first round, everybody else goes on. You're the sole loser, and sorry, dude. Yeah. You're doing the punishment. So it's really about every single round. You want to just make it to the next round. If you're left behind, that's not good. You're then going to be the loser, is how we do the scoring on this one. Okay, so we'll start off here. We'll go in order, myself, and then we'll do Virginia and then Denny's.
Okay.
Okay. All right, so let's see what I get here with the dice. Gonna roll and see what I gotta do in 10 seconds. Okay. 12.
12? What's the topic?
Pizza chains with over 500 U.S. locations.
Oh, jeez. Oh.
Gosh.
You want me to whip you up a batch of tallow now?
Oh, my gosh.
The punishment is really bad, y'all.
Okay, you guys pay attention. Keep score for me.
Yep.
Okay. Pizza Hut, Domino's, Papa John's, Quiznos, Marco's.
Oof, that's
I'm
tough.
close.
5.
I can't even think of 12,
I think
honestly.
Quiznos has a pizza, so we're going to give you that.
Pizza sub.
Yeah, pizza sub.
I mean, at that point, yeah.
At 5. You didn't even come halfway.
I shouldn't have brought the topic. I should be like, I got 12. All right, I'm going to lose. I'll just hand it off to you.
Yeah, for real. On that,
There wasn't even a point for me to go.
12?
I don't even think there's 12.
Oh, there's probably not.
No, you got,
Yeah. You got to go deep.
Yes.
Papa Murphy's.
CC's.
Oh, yeah. CC, CVB.
Ugh, inedible.
Okay, Virginia, what you going to be rolling here?
I don't know. Let's see. I hopefully not get a 12 like you did. Gotta unstick these dice.
I can hear the dice.
Ah!
Oh, man.
Did
Got
you
a
get-
9 spot.
9.
9.
That's terrible.
Okay.
Why we got these high-ass dice? Denny's gave us loaded dice.
Yeah.
Trick dice.
Trick dice.
They're weighted.
And he's going to roll a 2.
I hope I do.
That will be amazing. You have to do animated TV shows on Nickelodeon.
Oh, gosh.
God.
Nick, it's so specific, too. It's not even Disney.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
You know what? We'll make it animated TV shows. I think that's a little bit more fair.
Oh, my gosh. My brain is broken.
Yeah, since you're at 9. So animated TV shows on Nickelodeon or the Disney Channel. So I'll give you 2. Okay, you ready? You got 2 networks. Pull from animated TV shows. All right, 9 in 10. Virginia, your time begins now.
SpongeBob, Lilo and Stitch, Ren and Stimpy, The Simpsons, Family Guy, American Dad, Pac-Man.
That's tough. That's a high number.
That's insane.
How many did I get?
Yeah, you got like, there are a lot. You're like Samsung. I mean, you know,
I mean, there's probably a Pac-Man out there. If you counted all of them.
There was a
it
Pac-Man
it's
cartoon.
6. Yeah.
there was, but yeah, they weren't Disney or Nickelodeon.
Damn
but
it.
Yeah, that was another impossible one. All right, Denny's, let's
Oh,
see
gosh.
what you roll here. I mean, if you
I pray I get it, too.
If you can get your mark, your number, then you win. Just like that, Virginia and I do the punishment.
And I'm cutting these dice open. If they're loaded, we're in trouble, Denny's.
All right.
These better be regular die.
See what he gets here.
I got 7.
7, which is doable.
Still pretty terrible.
Still pretty hard.
Okay.
I know. I feel like the dice are always higher than what we wager for each other.
It's not fair.
Okay, Denny's, you are going to be rattling off brands of ice cream. Brands of ice cream. You know what? In fact, it's going to go ice cream flavors. Sorry.
Oh,
All right.
Flavors.
of ice
Okay,
cream.
that's
doable.
easier.
I was like,
Yeah.
brands.
Yeah, flavors.
I know 3.
Ice
I got
cream
3.
flavors. You got to do 7 in 10 to get the win. All right, your time begins now.
Vanilla, chocolate, strawberry, Neapolitan, Rocky Road, chocolate chip. You've got chocolate chip cookie dough, mint chocolate chip. You've got French vanilla.
And it's over, just like
9.
that.
French vanilla.
You made it to 9.
Just like that, Denny's winds up winning. Look at that.
Yes.
All right, Virginia, you said something about lard.
Yeah, we've got beef tallow. You know, everybody's talking about beef tallow these days.
Are they?
Yeah, it's the hotness.
What are they talking about? What are they using it for?
So you can cook with it, but you can also rub it on your skin like lotion. And this is the hotness.
Tallow is kind of like the hot thing right now. Everybody's putting it in their food.
And homemade people make soap, lotion, moisturizers.
Okay.
So this is Wagyu beef tallow. So this is high quality beef tallow.
You got the good stuff.
Okay.
The Asian high quality beef.
Yes.
Something that's good when you mix with food, not great to eat as just a food alone.
For cooking, yeah. If you're cooking your food, here I'll open her up.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
Take some sort of She-Hulk
It's going to
to
taste
open this.
terrible. But later, you will have an epic bowel movement. Feces are going to fly out of you later, Kevin.
Like Jbird?
Yeah, we're all going to feel what Jbird's going through.
KVJShow where they all crap the pants.
The cyclospiralysis.
Oh my God.
Hook
This
me up,
is
Denny's with a big
gnarly.
old scoop here.
Ah.
All right. Beef tallow, baby. Load her up. All right.
Slick up those intestines. Kevin,
Okay.
that's what you're eating?
It's a punishment, Virginia. We're not here for fun and health. All right. We are the losers down the hatch. Rough. Oh, man. Not bad in flavor, to be honest with you. You got to act like you're not just eating fat. Straight beef fat. Doesn't taste bad. Can you get an instant heart attack by eating this stuff, by the way?
I don't know. Call Life Imaging.
I feel like it's going right into my veins and sticking right to the sides.
I think it's all the rage. I think it's very healthy, but
It's all the rage.
it's just weird how, when it warms up, it probably gets translucent and slicker. Just swallowing that would be
Texture's terrible.
like a slug.
You got to just kind of hold it in your mouth and just let it just drain itself right down the back of your throat.
So
You got to stop
sad.
describing it.
I'm so sad right now.
I feel like I put a bunch of chapstick on my lips.
Oh, gosh.
I have a sheen.
That's what it's like. You ate chapstick.
I have a big old sheen on my lips. They're shiny.
Kevin, that scoop you took was ridiculous.
Wow.
Yeah, it was like a week's worth.
That was like 4 scoops.
How about
What
that?
are you trying to do? Be Jbird?
It says take your movie night to the next level by using this instead of butter on your popcorn.
I mean, like I said, the flavor is not bad. It is just, it's a lot, and it's really gnarly to take all at once.
Yeah.
Yeah, Yassik's got it right. Just got to let it sit in your mouth.
Yeah.
It'll melt, but it's disgusting for a while.
It's pasty. It feels like you just ate chapstick.
Oh,
Yeah.
gosh. It's
Gnarly punishment. Well, congratulations, Denny's.
Yeah.
Oh,
Great job with them loaded dice you brought
whatever.
in here.
wow.
whatever.
He's over there rolling them again.
I expect a heart attack in 3, 2.
You got to call Life Imaging back.
Oh, my gosh. I
I
don't
need
even
a
want to see
new
what my
heart
heart looks like right
scan.
now. Wow. Rough. Do you think this is a smart business move, or is this one of the dumbest things you've ever heard? Opening a Chipotle in Mexico.
I don't know. I mean, it's American Mexican food, but is it a novelty for them that they might be like, oh, we got to try this out?
The only thing that might save it and why it could possibly work, depending upon where they do, and I think it's going to be pretty close to the American border. And I haven't ever really been on the Mexican side there on the border, so I don't know. But I've heard that there are a lot of people from California and things like that that live, for instance, like Los Angeles. They go and they stay in Mexico City. There's a lot of people there.
Okay.
So if you had a lot of Americans that, knew of it, then maybe it could work. The reason why I would say Chipotle is not going to work, Taco Bell has tried 2 different times to launch in Mexico, and they failed miserably both times.
And now Taco Bell is more affordable than Chipotle. So
Yeah, but I mean, is Chipotle trying to be Are they trying to be Mexican food? I mean, is it even close? We look at these kind of things, and we have no bearing. When I was growing up in southeastern Ohio, I thought Chi-Chi's was authentic Mexican food. I had no idea.
Well, it's all you had. So to you, it was.
It was, but to them, clearly not. So you don't really understand what it's like. And then, we got Taco Bell. It's like, oh, finally, I get true Mexican food. No, it wasn't true Mexican food. And then you get to Chipotle, which I would put more maybe in the Tex-Mex variety. But is that even close to what you would truly get in Mexico?
They really just are about the burrito. But it's not a Mexican-style burrito. It's an American burrito. And you can get it in a bowl or you can get it in a fat wrap. But it's a burrito.
But the question isn't this. The question isn't whether or not Mexicans will think that Chipotle is authentic Mexican food. That's not the goal. The question is, will it make it? Will it find an audience? Will people go and will they purchase it? I asked the question on KVJ TV. 72% of people think it will fail, just like Taco Bell did 2 separate times in Mexico.
Yeah, just by the pricing alone, if Taco Bell couldn't make it, Chipotle cost more.
The only thing that I would say is maybe this is more Tex-Mex. They're not trying to pass off like they're Mexican, which the Taco Bell, you feel like they maybe were a little bit more and they saw through it. And the fact that they're like going, no, we're not buying that because it's not even close to authentic and we wouldn't like something like that. Not to mention, too, I would imagine because I would bet you can get a lot of Mexican food pretty dirt cheap as well in Mexico.
And have it be delicious and authentic and not taste like dog food.
Truly with the spice and everything else, Taco Bell just isn't going to get to. And you'd be like going, no, the spices, they just don't match up the way that we're doing. And it's Meredith is saying, this is just America stealing an idea and then selling it back to where the concept originated. I had never really heard or thought about that concept till just recently here. And I had a list of all these times and things like, for instance, pizza that we took from Italy and then brought here to America, changed up how we did it, and then sent it back to Italy. And now a lot of times what you get in Italy is actually an American version of pizza that they had done.
Which is just crazy to think about.
Isn't that insane that that's how it is? But yeah, there's like 8 or 10 different things that at least were popular on that you would know of. Be like, oh my gosh, really? It didn't actually originally come from that country. It was taken by people outside of the country, then brought back in. Now, the thing that I'd heard yesterday talking about being authentic that really kind of surprised me, I need a little confirmation from this. I go to my Game Day Men's Health every single week, and the girl who gives me the injection that I do, she's Cuban, and she's got a lot of family and friends there. And so, I always kind of get just, hey, what's going on? What are you hearing? What's going on the island? How do you feel about what's happening with the Cuban government and whatnot? And so every week we almost have a conversation about Cuba. That's how I learned so much about it. But she was telling me yesterday about the food, and she had her grandmother that she had brought over here. And we were talking about, family going back and forth. And she said her grandma wouldn't stay because when she got here, she was just like, I didn't like this. I didn't like that. I didn't like this. I didn't like the food. I mean, what do you mean she didn't like the food? I'm like, she didn't like the Cuban food? She's like, yeah, she doesn't. She's like, it's not authentic. I'm like, what do you mean it's not authentic? So if I go into like Don Ramon, I go to some of these places like that's not authentic Cuban food. What she was explaining to me was she said that if you get chickens, a lot of times they're so fresh, you're not buying them from the store. Like they just get them and
chop the head off.
And then there you go. And the
boom,
chicken.
Now it's time to eat.
Yes.
Let's pluck and cook.
She was telling me that the spices, they hit so hard that she's been in America so long. When she goes back to Cuba, she's like, the flavors are just so powerful. It's almost even for me, I can't take it. So when you're used to true Cuban food in Cuba, then when you come here and get the Cuban American food, that it's like, okay, maybe the flavors, it's not as pungent as it was. You can notice a difference in some of the ingredients, whether it be the chicken or things like that, that you're just like, it's not the same. I was like,
chicken ain't as fresh. I guarantee you, our chicken goes through some horrible stuff in this country.
I guess I was like, that's wild. I was like, I would have thought if you would put Cuban food down from Cuba and Cuban food from South Florida, that you'd be like, I mean, it's Cuban food. How would you know the difference? But I guess apparently there's a wild difference between it, at least to her grandmother. And she confirmed it, said, yeah, she's like, I even have a hard time going back to Cuba and having some of the food.
I feel like everything that is in America, we have watered down. All of our vegetables have all these crazy pesticides on them.
Yeah.
All of our chicken has antibiotics in it and soaked in chlorine. And like, just what?
Yeah.
No, can I have just fresh chicken? I would love to eat like they eat in Cuba, where you go in the backyard, you kill the chicken, you pluck the chicken, you eat the chicken. Like that, to me, is amazing chicken.
Yeah, but that kind of blew my mind yesterday when she was saying that her grandma doesn't like the Cuban food in South Florida because it's not authentic. I was like, what? I was like, no. So somebody just texted in. They said, yeah, I took my daughter to Cuba when she was almost 3 years old. And the night before we came back, she was crying because she said she was going to miss Cuban food.
Yeah.
She said specifically, you'll notice in the chicken and the tomatoes.
Okay. The flavors, they probably just pop different.
I guess that's what she said. She said, so if you think you've had Cuban food and you've only had it in South Florida, you haven't really had Cuban food.
We allow too much crap to be done to our food here in this country that makes it not good for you. Mm-hmm. And your taste buds know the difference. When you taste it, you know that it's not as good as unprocessed food.
Yep, maybe.
That's just it.
All right. Well, people were kind of confirming that. That kind of blew my mind yesterday when I heard that. I was like, okay, all right. I guess I've never had Cuban food then.
Let's go to Cuba. Let's get a good meal.
Okay.
Let's go.
Yeah. All right. Today is National Mac and Cheese Day. And if you want to make the perfect round of mac and cheese, they have gone around, they've asked people, and they said, okay, what is the best thing, all the way from the type of noodles to cheese to any kind of spices you might put in there, and even the way that you prepare it determines what makes the best mac and cheese. They say the top noodle to get are the spirals.
Oh, I do love a spiral.
Clear winner. 55% of people said that was the way to go. The curved and bent tubes are next at 22%.
Okay, the elbow.
And then shells, which I might have thought would have been higher, only 15% of the vote. Spirals, not even close. So if you're going noodles, you go spirals. Don't even talk about it.
Okay.
Then they say for cheese, you got to go cheddar. That's the number one choice. 40% go cheddar.
You got to go mix because cheddar doesn't melt perfectly.
Okay. 40% went that. They say with a soft, smooth melter like Monterey Jack, Havarti, Munster, or Gouda. Those were the ones that were kind of next. And, for me, why not put them all in there?
Yeah, put them all in. But add a little Fontina as well. Smoked Gouda, I love. You can add different cheeses, but make sure you're grating them yourself. Don't buy them pre-grated.
Okay. And they said for dairy, you got to use the whole milk. Cream came in second.
I mean, just use cream. What are we doing here?
So you would go, because they had whole milk first, cream was second, and then evaporated was third.
Just use cream.
Okay, so your preference is cream, not the whole milk?
Yeah.
Okay. And then they say the cooking style that you got to go with the oven baked over stovetop. They say oven baked is the top way to make the mac and cheese, 58% to 42% over the stovetop.
I do both.
Okay.
So I would cook my noodles a little bit, like maybe 3 minutes in salted, seasoned chicken broth. Boil it in that, or preferably bone broth. Mm-hmm. Boil it for 3 minutes, then layer it in your casserole dish with butter on the bottom, noodles, then all your cheeses, and then more butter, and then cream, and then noodles, and then cheeses, and then just layer like that. That,
okay.
to me, is the best way I would do it.
Okay, so if you were making mac and cheese today, that's the way you're going.
Yeah.
Now, where do you get the best mac and cheese? This is kind of a question we need Jbird for. I know
Soul
he puts in the
food
work.
Restaurant. Honestly, that is the best place.
Is there a place that is known for their mac and cheese that if you were jonesing for mac and cheese, you'd be like, this is the place you have to go? If you have to have it, it's worth driving an hour for if you had to.
If you know, tell us.
Okay. Yeah, we'll take any of your thoughts on that. 877-979-WRMF, 877-979-9763. Somebody said Haitian mac and cheese is the best, and I'm Jamaican.
Okay, I'll try it.
Haitian mac and cheese. I didn't even know there was different varieties on that.
Every culture is going to have a little different zest that they do it. And then it's going to vary probably from Haitian place to Haitian place.
Okay. They say theirs is kind of a spicy, flavorful Caribbean twist on traditional mac and cheese. It's got large pasta, sauteed vegetables, evaporated milk, and a mix of cheeses. Has a golden crispy top. Okay, that's what you do for that.
A layer of cheese on the top that gets golden and crispy and bubbly is crucial.
Okay. So that's the one that you would go with. Somebody said Chick-fil-A has the best mac and cheese. Vote for that. They do a lot of things good.
They do, but it's fast food mac and cheese. I want something homemade. I want to know that the person that cooked it today.
Yeah, unfortunately, if you're somebody like me and you cannot cook anything and mac and cheese would be well out of your skill level, then yeah, you got to go to a restaurant. And it looks like Chick-fil-A is coming out with the winner right now. Other people are saying that you can also go other places. Cracker Barrel apparently is pretty good on the mac and cheese, which you would expect. They should be. Shout out for Bud's Chicken and Seafood. And then Publix has a really good smoked Gouda mac and cheese.
I've had it. Their smoked Gouda mac and cheese is good.
Okay. All right. So there's some suggestions for you if you got to celebrate National Mac and Cheese Day today. Or if you just want some pasta. I don't know, Jbird's going to be excited by this. Didn't he get in on that never-ending pasta pass they had in 2019? I thought I remembered him doing that. And then didn't he do it all wrong?
He bought the pass.
Yeah.
And then I think never went to use it.
I think you're right. He bought that expensive pass and didn't use it once.
He just said he wanted it in his wallet so he could flash it to impress ladies.
Right.
I was like, I don't know.
Solid investment.
Those are the ladies we want.
Well, it is coming back. If you love some Olive Garden, and they're having a moment after the World Cup, and all those people came back and could not believe how great their pasta was.
Are they bringing back that pasta pass?
Yep. First time in 7 years it'll be back for you. So,
Look at this.
Yep.
He can buy it again and not go.
Ow! There's a lot of dumbass criminals to talk about, baby. It's the whacked out news. People breaking the law. Ha ha, fighting in the nude. Ha, drunk people pooping in the street. Ha ha, it's the whacked out news. So many people on meth. Ow!
Yeah, it's definitely the craziest video of the day. If you've not seen it yet, you can check it out on YouTube on KVJ TV. There's a DoorDash worker that was finishing her food delivery, gets out of her car right when a driver who was fleeing the police in Houston, Texas, comes flying up and hits her with his car.
Oh my gosh.
She goes up and basically over the hood of the vehicle she just drove there. And then the guy takes off running. Here come the cops. It's absolutely insane that she got plowed with the car. Then she kind of gets up, she takes the food, and then completes the delivery.
Damn. Talk about a girl that took her job serious.
It's just really unbelievable to see. I mean, I don't know how she walked because it looked like when the car hit her, it looked like it trapped her between his car and her car.
Oh my.
She gets up, like, doesn't even have a limp. Like, she gets up right away, picks up her stuff's like, oh, okay. And then just kind of goes on about her delivery.
How crazy is your life if this is not a big deal? Like,
yeah.
If you're looking around going, oh, yeah, just a Tuesday.
She's kind of looking back to be like, oh, okay. But it wasn't like, all right. I mean, it wasn't like, okay, it's just another day, right?
She might be high.
Police chase, got hit by a car. All right, let's keep this thing going. Yeah, I think she might be reconsidering her career in food delivery, but wild. Well, 75-year-old Marshall Avener was at a pet store in Gainesville, Florida last Thursday when he approached a family that was inside the store and asked him if they wanted to pet his dog. It's kind of a weird thing.
Yeah.
They kind of ignored him and was like, let's not talk to the old guy wanting you to pet his dog. I'm not sure if he means his dog or if he means his dog.
Does he have a dog?
Yeah, I think he did, actually. But when they ignored the guy, he flipped out And as the family tried to walk away, he started making inappropriate comments towards him. The father then came up to the guy and confronted him, and then he started firing pepper spray at everybody, even the kids.
What?
Yes. It's insane. The cops were called, and the guy was arrested. He's now facing charges of aggravated battery and child abuse.
Oh, my gosh. If you spray pepper spray at me and my kids, I'm going to battle through it and beat your ass.
Did not even have a reason why he flipped out.
Just crazy.
Yeah.
There's crazy people all around us these days. You got to keep your head on a swivel. Because you never know.
A 36-year-old Delray Beach woman, Amanda Ray Altschuler, was arrested after police say she kicked an officer while resisting arrest over an open container violation on West Atlantic Avenue.
Girl.
It's about 4:30 p.m. It was last week. They saw her leave in the store carrying a natural ice beer. Ooh, delicious.
Only the good stuff.
And it was in a paper bag.
Oh, yes. That classy koozie.
Yes. And when an officer approached her and poured out that delicious ice-cold natty ice beer, she was not cooperative. She would not identify herself. And then when they put her in handcuffs, she slipped out of one of them.
Oh, she's one of those squirrely runners.
Then she started laying on the ground, was kicking the arresting officer in the chest and the legs.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, so then I guess she got out again during the ride, attempted to flee after they got her there, so she was just kind of a mess. So they got her for felony battery on a law enforcement officer.
Wow.
Resisting arrest without violence and violating the city's open container ordinance. I got to tell you, that is the second arrest for an open container I've seen in the last week. They got one dude walking around at noon in a parking lot in Boca last week, too. So just, sometimes I get a little lax with that as well. I'm like, yeah, South Florida, we're open about this. They're not open about that stuff.
Well, you got to put it in a classy tumbler. You can't have a
is that what it is?
natty
Okay.
light in a brown paper bag.
What's not classy about that? What says I'm not classy?
Everything.
Natural ice in a brown paper bag walking around Atlantic Avenue in Delray. What is not classy about that? Come on now. There is a viral video showing a woman petting a wild alligator while kayaking at the Silver Springs State Park.
Lady, what is your problem?
The woman has been dubbed Gator Girl on social media. She's paddling up to the gator and repeatedly touching its head. The video has got more than 2 million views, so it's doing pretty nice. But they did delete it, and a big part of that is they're like, hey, we've had like 4 really vicious gator attacks happen here recently, and you're out there kind of making these things look like they're just peaceful pets.
And you're encouraging other people to do this. And yeah, maybe you got lucky and you kept all your digits, but some clown is going to see you on social media and be like, I'm going to try that and lose his hand.
Yeah, they're saying that the animal can become accustomed to human contact, increasing the likelihood it could later be labeled a nuisance and then euthanized. So you may bring about the gator's own demise when it gets too comfortable with everybody. It's just like chilling out and, comes over to watch movies or something.
He can't come over to Netflix and chill.
No, you cannot. No, he will be euthanized, and you don't want that. You do not want that. They say the Burmese pythons are trying to spread. Now they're seeing a lot more in southwest Florida. The new colony they've located is in West Charlotte County, north of Naples and Fort Myers.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, they say they've broken their confines from Lake Okeechobee to Key Largo. They mainly were there in western Broward County, west to Collier County, but they're starting to expand, which just lets you know how much we really need this Florida Python Challenge going on this week. So...
yeah, it started. I can't wait to see all the pictures and all the weigh-ins. Who's going to get the biggest? Who's going to get the most?
$10,000.
That's big money.
It is. Did you see the photo of that Erling Haaland? I love that dude. He's the big Viking soccer player for Norway who was playing here at Hard Rock Stadium on Saturday. Unfortunately, they lost. He had to go home. But just watching his social media and how much fun he had. Did you see when he got off the plane in Norway yesterday what he was carrying?
Yeah, he had like all kinds of cowboy gear and a stuffed raccoon.
He had a stuffed raccoon that was drinking a bottle of whiskey. And now he's asking for people to help name the raccoon.
I love it.
Yeah, but people just love this dude. And I saw a lot of videos, too. They were showing some of the other big stars coming out of hotels dealing with people. And, he was just so chill, and some of the other ones like Mbappe and whatnot just blew past people and just didn't want to be bothered.
He understands.
He does.
That if you play the game right, the people will make you a bigger star, and then you'll make more endorsements. You'll be beloved. Like, just play the game, dude.
I don't think that MLS could afford him, but if they could somehow get Erling Haaland, I think he would do the league justice. It'd be great. Look, Lionel Messi, how many years does he have left? So,
You're right. This could be the next generation.
yeah, like I said, I don't think that they could afford him now, but who knows?
Maybe when Lionel retires, we get that cat.
Yeah, well, they say that MLS, which Inter Miami, that is an MLS team, that they're trying to step it up, and with the World Cup and realizing that, okay, it's getting great ratings in America, and even for the American team, they're saying, okay, maybe we could take this opportunity and step it up. So they've got this star-studded campaign now. It's got Lionel Messi, David Beckham, of course, South Florida figures we know. A couple of random people like Kevin Durant, Matthew McConaughey, and Magic Johnson.
Huh.
But yeah, it's a little bit thing, just trying to get people more involved, I guess, with the 22 clubs that they're offering a free ticket promotion to fans attending their first match is the concept.
Hey, Leo. Can we kick it?
Sí, dale.
That's it. And he probably made $20 million for saying that.
Yeah.
Messi's deals.
That is crazy cash.
Yeah. He did that one deal. I don't know if you saw where he was in a Spider-Man one and how much he made off of that.
No, I didn't see that one.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy. He went in there. It was kind of a little marketing campaign that they had done with the Spider-Man stuff. And he's just in there for a couple of minutes and got paid a ton of money for doing that. Like,
Good for him.
yeah, his endorsement stuff, he is making some serious cash. So other stuff we got going on here in your whacked out news. They say 2 weeks notice brewing company in Massachusetts had to give its 2 weeks notice.
Aw, that's ironically sad.
Yeah, they're going to be closing their doors due to rising costs.
Damn.
Who would have seen that coming, huh?
What are you thinking about? What are you thinking about? What's on your mind? Are you thinking about? What are you thinking about?
I tell you, I've been rocked here lately with places that you love or that have been closing. They're just like, oh my gosh, like after 20 years now, the latest is going to be the Grease Burger Bar right there on Clematis Street. It says Grease. It's got the cow there. It's been a staple.
I love that place.
Since January of 2009. Yeah, it's great. They had amazing craft beer selections, a lot of good little sides. They were known for their burgers. In fact, they were on the Travel Channel's Food Paradise for their Grease Beast that they had, which was a behemoth featuring 2 grilled cheese sandwiches as buns that bookended a hulking 12-ounce patty that was topped with golden fries, crispy onion rings, cheese sauce, and a quick drizzle of ranch. I mean, just the kind of stuff you need to clog up them arteries. What are we going to do now?
They had a great menu and a great vibe and a great layout.
They did, yeah. They were a Florida State Seminole bar, too, Virginia. So I know your daughter goes to Florida State. You're going to lose that.
We can't lose that.
Now you only have a Gator bar on that street.
That's not acceptable.
I know. What are you going to do? It's just pretty crazy. Friday's going to be the final day, this Friday.
Wow.
They are done.
Yeah, a lot of people are asking about Bamboozle. That's the Little Smiles scavenger hunt that we do every August. It's not happening this year because Banco Cantina, where we used to host our start and finish, not there. Now, Greece was one of our main stops, not there. Like, everything's changing on Clematis, and there will be no Bamboozle this year. It's going to come back next year, but this year it's just in flux.
They got Cowboy Bar that is new, that has opened up. So that's the only thing. But you are down. You're right. 2 big places have closed. 1 is open, but you've got a deficit right now. So be interesting to see what they do with that.
It's a tough time.
It is. A lot of these streets, Los Olas, they kind of ebb and flow. They do. They have something that opens and closes, and the excitement on the street kind of does that. I don't think there's any street in South Florida that's not immune to that. Maybe Atlantic has been very consistent for a long time.
It has. Atlantic is strong. I can't imagine what the rent is though for those restaurants and nightclubs.
Well, they've set it in a way that the restaurants can survive. When I've talked to some of the business owners on Clematis, that's what they've said. They said the deficits, the margins that we have are so tight that, if you have anything that goes off or wrong, you can't stay up. You're just hoping to do enough to keep the doors open. And after 20 years, they said that was enough, I guess.
Wow.
Yeah. So we'll see. I hope Cowboy Bar makes it. We'll see what happens with that, but it's really tough to open up anything. And this is also, if you don't know, Greece is part of the Big Time Restaurant Group, and they've got some big names. They have Bar Capri, which is fantastic right there. It's on the water in West Palm Beach. Big City Tavern, Louis Bossi's, which, they're in Boca. They got Fort Lauderdale. They've also got Elisabetta's, which has got Delray and West Palm Beach.
That place is doing really well.
City Oyster, and then Rocco's Tacos.
Oh, yeah. That place is doing great, too.
Yeah, which Fort Lauderdale and, all throughout South Florida, they got Rocco's Tacos. And then they had to recently close City Cellar at City Place. So this is the second restaurant that they've had to close. It was open 20 to 25 years in the last year. I don't know what that means for South Florida and how things are changing. Maybe it's just Big Time Restaurant Group that's struggling, or
I think in South Florida, we love the new shiny thing.
Yeah.
So a lot of times, if you get a 20-year run down here, that's like 50 years anywhere else.
It is great, but you just want something to take its place. That's where it gets concerning, is when great places go out and something doesn't pop up that has the same kind of staying power and quality. And that's the struggle, I think, for everybody. And you got so many new complexes that are opening up. You've got Nora already in West Palm Beach. I mean, I know Boca's got a whole bunch of new little food communities and areas that are opening up. Things are opening up out west. So, when the new place opens, everybody's like, hey, let's gravitate towards that. And then the places where everybody used to go, they start to struggle. So I would hate that. My wife is so determined to open a bar or restaurant. Like, that is the last thing I would do on planet Earth.
She keeps bringing it up.
Oh, I know. It won't stop. And I'm like, there's zero chance. I'm like, look at something that has better odds. Like, I don't think there's any industry you can go in that has worse odds than opening a bar or restaurant, and especially in South Florida.
And you guys have zero experience
exactly
in the restaurant industry.
I've seen,
you got people with 20 years of experience failing.
I've seen 2 episodes of Bar Rescue. That's my entire resume for opening up a restaurant.
Did you watch my episode?
I did.
Oh,
that's
good.
one of the 2.
Thank you.
I've seen one other one.
Thank you.
I'm not qualified to open a restaurant, Virginia. I don't think I have to tell you that.
Taffer would come in so quick and shut it down.
Yeah, right away, first day.
He
Shut
shuts
it
down Kevin.
Yeah. All right, what you got on your mind today, Virginia?
I wanted to tell you fun stories from over the weekend in Miami. So, on top of the driverless cars, the Waymos that they have in Miami, one of the other things that Rocco was so excited about trying was the humanless delivery of like DoorDash, Uber Eats. If you walk around the streets of downtown Miami, you see these, they're like little ice chests on wheels, and they all have a name. They named them like different names. Like one's name was Mary, and one name was Frederico. And each one of these little rolling ice chests has a name. So Rocco loved that. It's like a little robot with food. And he's like, Mom, we've got to order DoorDash because I need the robot with food to come and deliver food to our hotel. And I was like, all right, that is kind of cool. I'm like, just go on there and order the cheapest thing you can find, and we'll just do it for the novelty of it. We're not doing it to pay a bunch of money. We're just doing it for the novelty of it.
Yeah.
So he goes on to, I think it was Shake Shack, and he orders a 6-piece nugs. Okay. And that's it.
Yeah.
So boom, 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 punches it in, orders it. Okay, your order will be there in 45 minutes. He selected the automated, non-human feature because he wanted the rolling ice chest. Well, guess what? He got a human. And guess what? They got it wrong.
What?
So, yeah, here's
wrong
why.
Order in the wrong delivery system?
Here's why the computer would have been better than a human in this case, because the computer wouldn't have made this mistake.
Okay.
So the human goes to Burger Shack and picks up the bag that says Virginia on it.
Yeah.
But didn't notice that it was for somebody named Virginia, initial last name Z. Virginia Z.
Oh, okay.
There was 2 different orders for 2 different Virginias.
How often do you hear the name Virginia? And so they're thinking when they see it right away, they just grabbed it.
Exactly. Yeah. So his order of the 6-piece nugs sat there, and I'm sure went to Virginia Z.
Right.
And her order of burgers, fries, drink,
no.
all this stuff.
So you guys win the lottery.
Came to us. And Rocco didn't know.
Right.
He was sad. He went downstairs to meet what he thought was the ice chest on wheels, the robot delivery.
Yeah.
And he was so sad that it was a person. And he was like, oh, thanks. And he got the order and he came upstairs and opened it up. And he's like, wow, Mom, look at all this stuff. Well, I mean, this Virginia Z got extra bacon, extra sauce, fries, a drink. It was a double burger. Like, she got a full meal. She had to be so pissed sitting in her apartment or her hotel in downtown Miami when she opened up her thing and all she had was six nuggets.
6 nuggets. How insulting. It's almost like you think I'm getting punked, clearly.
Clearly.
Yeah.
But the computer wouldn't have made that mistake.
Yeah.
Because it would have scanned the barcode and it would have made sure it had the right bag.
You're right.
And even though we had the same first name, that's a case where the computer would have done it better than the human.
Man versus machine. It is going to be analyzing everything we're doing over the next, well, probably for the rest of our lives.
Yeah, this is just your
humanity.
future. You're done.
Yeah.
Robots moving forward will control a lot.
It'll be a judgment. What does it better? Robot or human?
In this case, ask Virginia Z.
Yes.
Ask her. When she opened up and had 6
so salty.
sad nuggets.
Did Rocco get on the Metro Mover? They're asking.
We did not do the Metro Mover. We
Okay.
did the Bright Line.
Okay.
And we did the autonomous car, the driverless Waymos.
Yeah.
But we did not get a chance to do the People Mover. I was sad about that. We ended up walking most places.
They got Camila Cabello. She is now doing ads for Waymo. And I'm wondering, because she's from Miami, I was wondering if there's like, hey, we need somebody from Miami to promote these Waymo cars. But yeah, she's in an ad I saw for it.
Let's go get some drinks. Margarita.
It's so crazy.
It's going.
I know. It's driving itself. If you are coming up with stuff, and there's a driver there, you're probably driving him a little bit crazy.
Yes.
Or you're like, what is he thinking about?
True.
If you're playing demos.
Yes. Or even doing vocal warm-ups.
Yes. Where I'm like, ew. And the man is like. So I feel like this is nice because you don't feel that you don't have that danger, especially if it's like late at night.
Yes, it feels safe.
She's speaking to you about taking the driverless Waymo?
She's so correct.
Yeah.
I was apprehensive before we got in the driverless Waymos, and I was like, oh gosh, what's going to happen? Am I going to be in danger of this thing wrecking? No. These things were on point. They won't hit people. They won't hit other cars. They're very careful. I will say they accelerate and they turn kind of fast, but that's kind of fun.
Okay.
They don't like take a curve slowly sometimes, and that's
Oh, really? That's exciting, though.
that was kind of fun.
It's thrilling.
A little bit, but they won't hit people. They won't hit other cars, and you don't have the fear of the Uber driver or Lyft driver doing something weird, saying something weird, compromising your safety, compromising your privacy. Like, it's weird to be in somebody else's car, and they're driving you around, eavesdropping on you. You don't know what they're thinking. You don't know what their mental state is. I'm telling you, Waymo for me was a way better experience than Uber or Lyft. 10 out of 10.
You should be able to choose your own driving style, though. Wouldn't that be cool for your Waymo driverless driver? You could go everywhere from like New York City taxi cab to driving Miss Daisy.
Yes.
You know, and then you get to pick how you want this thing to be taking you.
You know what? If you want to take a little longer to get there, maybe you pay a little more.
Yes.
Because you want it to go slower and drive like a grandma.
Yeah. Or you could go New Yorker in Boca and they honk at everything.
New Yorker in Boca. You could also go F1.
Yes.
Get me there fast and make it fun.
Okay.
That's a
there you
great
go.
feature.
That's how Waymo can upgrade a bit. Jbird out ill today, so we got Denny's here to give us what is on his mind. What you got, Big D?
Well, I just feel like things are changing and not necessarily in a good way. And this is pretty big news in the video game community, but Sony has announced that starting in 2028, they are no longer making physical copies of games anymore. Every game has to be bought digitally.
Why is that, do you think?
Well, I think so. I guess you could say maybe they're saving on the production resources.
Okay.
Maybe it costs less money to produce now. Mm-hmm. But that's what a lot of complaints were, is when they switched to digital, the price didn't go down at all, even though they were saving on the cost. Now they don't have to produce, the plastic that the discs come in and all that stuff. And they didn't change the price on it. So they're using that argument to say that's why they're doing it now. But they never actually made the adjustment initially.
Is there any way once you download a game that you can then transfer it over to another device or to a friend, or is it only on that one machine?
It's really just on that one machine, whatever hard drive you save it to.
Probably why they're doing it. But you think about it, because if you get a cartridge or whatever, you can take it around, you can show it to people, you can let your friends borrow it.
You're
put it on
right.
one machine, that's it. You ain't gonna carry your machine with you.
The problem I have with it is that now when you buy all the contracts, when you buy a game, it has all this language in it and stuff, but the problem is when you buy a game, you don't actually own it anymore. They now explicitly say that you are licensing that game from that company.
That's
It's
everything.
like Apple Music.
It's like Apple Music. So if you pay 60, well, now games are, almost $80. You're paying $80 for a game.
$80?
And you no longer own it. In fact, one of the famous cases was a game called Metal Gear Solid HD Collection. They used old footage of a rocket taking off, and the company got bought out by another company that owned that footage, and they made them take that game off the network because they didn't have the license for that footage. Now we're talking about a game that is 18 years old, so retroactively they had it removed.
Wow.
And you were unable to buy it. Even if you owned that game, you no longer were allowed to play it until they re-released it minus that footage, which they did later. But you had to re-buy the game if you didn't own a physical copy, which I do own.
That is crazy.
Yeah. And you said that there's a new game that people need to try it out if you're a gamer.
So I probably played the best game that I've played this year so far, possibly even in the last year. And I wonder if this is, and this is not a new concept in games, but I wonder if this is going to be a new concept for people who don't really play video games. But it's an interactive movie. You're basically watching a movie and you're just making decisions in the movie.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And it stars Aaron Paul from Breaking Bad as the lead actor.
Okay.
And it reminds me of an HBO show done in a video game. It's very crass. It's got, all the stuff, the action that you would want in a TV series. And it's like watching a TV series. It has different episodes. Each one has a different name.
Right.
Just like when you go on Netflix and you're picking out your episode, it'll say, episode 3, this one's called, The Store or whatever. And it gives you a synopsis, but the writing in it is top caliber. It's called Dispatch. You play as a former superhero that now he is no longer a superhero, and he gets a job at a dispatch center for superheroes. So he's working on the phones. You call in, hey, my cat got stuck in a tree.
Like you would call 911.
Yep.
And you'd send out the cops. He sends out,
and it's awesome because he's kind of like a has-been superhero. So all the other superheroes don't respect him, and you have to kind of get the respect of the team. But you're working in a corporate setting with superheroes.
That's pretty cool.
It's very well done. I'd say it's probably the best game I've played in the last,
Well, and you might be looking at the future of it because the visuals on it, I was looking at, I think it was even the video game that was based on The Matrix, and they were showing what that looked like. And they're like, it's not that far off even from what the movie looks like. And as the quality continues to increase, imagine that. You're going to start directing and the characters in your own TV shows and in your own movies, and you're like, hey, I didn't like what they did there. If they had Game of Thrones, I'd redo that. I'd be like, yeah, no, that's not how I want it to end. Let's take the plot down this path.
You're right. So many Game of Thrones fans would agree with you.
Imagine if you could do that, though. And you would have somebody that would stay in it longer. If they really love Game of Thrones, when you only have one outcome, people are only they're going to move on. They may watch that same outcome again. But imagine if you could have 100 or 1,000 different outcomes, and then you keep taking Game of Thrones. You may never leave the world of Game of Thrones, which is what they want.
Yeah, and I think this game, I imagine it's going to be doing very well. I've seen a lot of positive reviews and people are praising it.
Okay.
I'm just wondering if this is going to be the new trend. You go to Netflix because a lot of people are trying to get in the game space. Yeah. Go on Netflix and now you're playing interactive movies.
And it's cool, but it will remove the shared experience we have of talking about the same shows and movies where we all see the same outcome. Imagine if you wouldn't even be able to relate, be like, yeah, I don't even know. What did your movie do? I don't know.
You're right.
What happened when you watched Yellowstone? Not what happened when I watched it. That'd be weird, wouldn't it?
Your ending of Yellowstone would have you and Cole Hauser riding off into the sunset as best buddies.
Yeah, I'd probably work in a high five.
high five, and then riding off into the sunset.
That's it. Okay, we got a fun little game here. It is called Denny's or Animal. We got a hot ticket. It's all part of Camp KVJ. We're talking 4 tickets to both Rapids Water Park and the Palm Beach Zoo with a $100 Visa gift card from Love the Palm Beaches. Grayson is on here from Lake Worth Beach to play Denny's or Animal. How you doing, Grayson? Good. What's going on?
You?
I'm doing good, man. You having a fun summer, Grayson?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aw.
Where did we go yesterday? To Miami Zoo. We went to Miami Zoo yesterday.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Fancy.
Oh, we got to get you to Palm Beach Zoo, too, so you can compare. That's fantastic. Okay. Have you ever been to Rapids Water Park, Grayson?
Say no. No. It'll be his first big water park.
I love it. And the assist from Mommy is incredible.
That's good. You need a little help. That's fine. Okay, well, we're going to play.
I really thought a 3-year-old might actually be able to do this.
No, you know what? I think we're going to pull this off. I've got some faith that we're going to be able to make this happen.
We believe in Mommy.
Yes, we do. Okay. All right, Grayson, you're going to hear some animal noises here. You just got to try to figure out if this is the real animal or if it's our producer Denny's that's making the noise. Okay, Grayson?
Okay.
Okay.
Oh.
Here we go, bud. Okay, the first thing you're going to hear, this is a bear that is roaring. Oh, this is a bear that's roaring, Grayson. What do you think? Is this Denny's or Animal? Scary. Okay, try it again. Here you go. Whoa.
Whoa.
Ooh, that's scary.
Animal.
Animal, yeah. You're right about that. Yeah, Grayson.
It's an animal.
And off he goes. Off he goes. He's like, game's over. I got it. Yes.
He's really excited about $100 worth of Beanie Boos.
Oh, fancy.
I don't blame him. Okay.
Next one.
Okay, here we go. I got another one for you, Grayson. The next thing you're going to hear here, these are just lambs. Just sweet little lambs. What do you think about this? Is this Denny's or Animal? Denny's, yes! Oh, Grayson! Oh.
I got 2 points!
Yay!
He is so good at this game.
Yes. Maybe the best we've
been
ever
practicing.
Grayson, you're killing it.
All right, we got one more. You ready, Grayson?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. This is the last one. You're going to hear this is a raccoon that is digging through the trash. Is this Denny's or Animal, Grayson? What do you think? Yes, that is correct. That is Denny's. Grayson, you got him all right.
Thank you, guys.
Aww.
Well, we are so happy that we're giving him his first ever trip to a water park. He is going to the amazing Rapids. Got a 4-pack for that. After you checked out Zoo Miami, you're going to check out the Palm Beach Zoo on top of it. And you got that $100 Visa gift card for Love the Palm Beaches to get whatever you want, okay?
Thank you. What do you say? Thank you.
You're so welcome, Grayson. All right, you have a good time. That's awesome.
Adorable. You got to
Yes.
send us pictures from Rapids for his first time at that water park. I need to see that cutie. Oh,
I will.
thank
No
you.
doubt about that. That's crazy.
Aw.
What should Taylor Swift do with her name now that she's married? Do you think she changes it at all? Do you think she should go with Taylor Swift Kelsey? Or do you think that he should change his name to Travis Swift?
I think he should change his name to Travis Swift because we take the more powerful, influential name.
Oh, is that how it works? I mean, is that where we are? Because, you know, the days of the patriarchy, it'd always be you take the guy's name. That's just how it went. But you're right. Now that, you know, we've got more equality here that's going on. You're right. You could be marrying a very powerful person who's a woman. And she's got the names, she's got the career, she's got all that kind of stuff. And maybe we're just thinking about it wrong. Or maybe you just might want to say, and I see a little bit of this mix too. You realize my last name is terrible. Like it's just, Spanglione Gillicuddy. And you're like going, I can't spell it.
It's long, it's hard to say.
Right. You're like, I don't even know what to do with this kind of thing. And then you've got this sweet sounding little name. Yeah, what would you do with that? Because I got this one email that came in. It says, my last name is D'Angelo. And my 14-year-old daughter, she just told me that she gets complimented on her name all the time because it's so pretty. And she said, you know what, Dad? I'm never going to change my name, even when I get married.
Yeah, keep D'Angelo. That's a great last name.
Yeah. And he said, I have no son, so it really kind of meant a lot to me that she loves her last name so much. And what I do kind of love, too, my ex-wife actually still uses, she never got rid of it. She kept D'Angelo because she loves the name as well.
It's a great last name.
Yeah, it's kind of cool because it's like, hey, it's living on, hopefully here. I'm like, what was that? Okay, that's all right. It's your fan. I'm like, what is that noise?
Sorry. My menopause
threw me off.
fan.
You know how we have technical stuff. I'm like, oh, what's happening now? I look at Denny's. I'm like, what is this whirring noise? Virginia's got her fan on in the microphone.
Sorry. I was trying to put it in my
Denny's
shirt.
and I both freaked out. We're like, oh, what now?
Sorry, it's just menopause.
Okay. All right. Yeah, so, he's like just very happy that she kept it. He said my ex's old name was Blazejowicz.
Oh my gosh, you cannot keep that.
Blazejowicz. And she's like, yeah, you know what? I'm going to keep D'Angelo.
You get married at 18 just so you can get rid of Blazejowicz. Oh my gosh, that's terrible.
Yeah, and it is kind of interesting when you do think about it. You're right. You could do that either way now. I know you had kind of done that when, you got married and divorced and whatever. That now, what was your theory on that? Did you want to go with just the cooler sounding name, or it was just easier to keep a name once you had it?
Totally. It was both. So my maiden name is McGrain, and it's hard to say, hard to spell, doesn't flow off the tongue. And I've been saying it for 53 years. If I can't say it with flow, nobody else is going to.
Yeah.
And I married Lang, Lang.
Right.
So that was an amazing last name. So easy. No one messes up Lang. Mm-hmm. But then, when I got remarried again, I married Sinicki, which is still better than McGrain.
You like that better. Okay.
So I think I'm still ahead of the game.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, you can either level up or you can go way backwards. I know there's probably some people that are like, look, I love you and I even love your family, but I hate your family name. It's just terrible. Look, you want me to take this thing on?
As many times as you have to use it in life, let it be easy. Make your life easy. If you can keep a Lang, keep Lang.
Yeah. Somebody said, I got a name upgrade. I went from Lithgow to Smith. I just love not having to spell it because Lithgow, Lythgoe, and it's such a less of a hassle.
You got to say it 3 times to people. They got to write it down. Like Smith is so better.
Yeah, I think I'd be okay with that. I mean, you talk about legacies, but they used to be once upon a time where people didn't move that far away from their families and you were kind of part of a clan or a group and you knew it. But now the way people move and everything, to me, let's just go with what is easier and what sounds cooler, honestly. So I asked, what should Taylor Swift do? 35% of people say that she should just keep Taylor Swift. A majority of people, 55%, say go Swift Kelsey. And only 5% want Travis to just drop his name and be called Travis Swift.
That's what I'm voting for.
Okay,
Travis Swift.
That's only 5%, unfortunately. So you need to get onto YouTube and go vote, Virginia.
If you were the more powerful in the relationship, maybe she would want to be Kelsey, but you're not.
Okay.
So now you're Swift. Moving forward, in the dirt of the day, I will address him as Travis Swift.
Travis Swift. All right, we'll see. I don't know if we know yet what they're going to do with their names, or they'll just keep them or they'll change them. I assume that will be coming on Virginia's Dirt of the Day soon. We're talking about what Taylor Swift's going to be doing with her last name now that she's married. Is it going to be Swift Kelsey? Is it just going to be Taylor Swift? One comment I saw said, I've heard she's just going to keep Swift professionally, but then we'll change it to Kelsey otherwise.
Okay.
So in her regular life and all that kind of stuff, she'll be Taylor Kelsey, but If you're talking about her going to a concert or coming out with an album, it'll be Taylor Swift. And that's probably smart. I mean, keep your whole career branded the right way and the same way, and don't confuse people.
But then now you gotta change your name on your driver's license and your credit cards. Like, that sounds annoying.
But it's not unlike what anybody else would have to do.
I'm sure she doesn't have to do it herself
Exactly,
either.
yeah. She's got people.
She's got some lackey.
Could you imagine you go to the DMV and there's Taylor Swift standing in line waiting to update her license? You're like, oh, that's weird. You too?
She's not like us.
Yeah, no, she's not. She's really not, no. Mick Jagger taught you that lesson earlier this week. But different countries do different stuff. One comment said in Puerto Rico, the children take on the last name of the mother, not the father.
Huh.
And then another text said, I'm from Venezuela, and there we don't take our husband's last name, we add it. I was Rebecca Romero, and I became Rebecca Romero de la Piani. Our kids are de la Piani Romero. That is why Latino kids normally have two last names, the dads plus the moms.
Gotcha.
And I know with my kids, it's Palacios Ralston.
Gotcha.
So on the legal documents, they've got two last names. A lot of them just go with Ralston. But
okay.
Yeah, but that's kind of how it's done. So interesting. Everybody's got a different little thing that they do with the last names and how they are starting to change. Well, we got more KVJ that is going to be coming your way. It is called the After the Show. Sadly, Bird is out illin today. He's trying to shake a funk he's had for almost 2 weeks now.
Ugh.
Yeah, I guess it was the previous Saturday. So
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, so he's about 10 days, I guess, into it.
He thinks he might have got it at the Perkins family restaurant. I know he said that. No word on whether or not that's true or not, but
yeah, we don't
there's
know.
A foodborne illness going around.
And they might be suspect, I guess.
Oof. We pray for Jbird, and we also pray for his butt because constant diarrhea can't be fun.
No, and everybody else that's getting that's what it is, that cyclospora, whatever it's called. That'd be crazy. So in his stead, we'll have producer Denny's delivering up a thought for the day here before we get to the after show. What do you got for us today, Denny's?
Well, it is mac and cheese day.
Yes, it is. Yes.
So sometimes a little comfort food can go a long way. You cheddar believe it.
Yeah, baby.
Adorable.
The KVJ Show on 97.9 WRMF.